Yo, everybody, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's Vlad. Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. It's been a lovely night so far. Pretty chill. My brain still feels like mush. I don't know. It's been a lot lately. Video games, dude, thank you. I really appreciate the help, man, because, dude, I've been struggling with it. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know why it does what it does, but you know, anytime someone, like when the bot relays from YouTube to Twitch, or yeah, from YouTube to Twitch, it double pings because it's both from YouTube Shorts and regular YouTube, and it's annoying. Like, and I'm not the most you know, I'm not the best when it comes to that. That's why my buddy Roar told me to use Nutty's thing, and I really like it. I think Nutty's program is amazing. And so that's kind of like what I use. And Phantom, dude, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let me see the same exact size of the current map, but on the other side. Oh, is it true AOC was going to have another side of the map? Yes, it's pretty much the eastern continent. And right now there hasn't been any work, at least that we know. So we are still trying to finish out this continent out. There's still technically three more land masses, which is Sujoma, which is the island above the continent. And then two more islands, or two more biomes, which is the right side of the anvils, which is the redwood area. And then south of that will be the Badlands. Let me see. You should be able to ignore the bot messages. I had a similar issue and they were pinging each other in an infinite loop. Well, so that's the thing though. If I ignore the bot, then it ignores both YouTube Shorts and YouTube, because it's the same bot that does them both. And I don't have a way to separate that, at least within streamer.bot. So I don't know. It's super confusing to me, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'll see what I can do, and maybe we can figure it out together. Let me see. Vlad, did you see Theory Forge was hunting bots today and found 5 in the first 10 minutes? Oh yeah. I mean, it's, you know, like on my stream, like we were finding bots too, and I was killing them. And, you know, yesterday when I was playing, you know, I came across a couple of them as well. I mean, it's just so annoying. You know, Shabazz, dude, welcome. Happy Sunday to you too, brother. Trying to stick with things, but all this botting, which is only increasing heavily, is gross. Well, yeah, and I think honestly, when it comes to the whole botting thing, you know, there's some games where you kind of don't notice it, so you don't really see it as a botting issue. Like, you know, if you played classic WoW when it came out in 2019, the botting situation then was insane, utterly insane. But WoW can be a very solo friendly game that you probably wouldn't have noticed it, you know. And I think that's where, you know, I think here in this game, how you see it so much as an issue, which I'm not trying to say like it's like, oh, like every MMO has botting issues, right? And I saw that Lex was chatting with Nice in the general chat in Alpha 2 today, and Lex said the same thing that I've been saying. Like, you need to make, you know, mitigating bots. He said, like, you shouldn't mitigate. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he basically said what you should do is fix systems in the game, like getting rid of AFK fishing, which is something that I have said like for a while now. Like, I think AFK fishing is terrible. I think that only incentivizes bots, but also there's a lot of other things of, you know, the mob placements and like where gatherables can be, and the fact that it's just very safe overall to bot around in Ashes of Creation. You know, and a lot of people say like, oh, but if you were to, you know, nerf corruption, you know, we can just kill these things over and over. Which, yeah, that's true. But I think right now, like we need like a lot. We need systematic change in the game, but we also need the protection, like outside, or not outside the game, but basically like within the back end systems and tools of the game too. Because it's going to take a very two-pronged approach. But again, a lot of games always feel like they don't, you know, they don't do a good job in, right? And I don't, in my mind, like, I don't understand why we give Intrepid this super high standard when multi-billion-dollar companies also fail at that standard every time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think, you know, we claim from the rooftops, like, oh my God, this botting is so bad. It's so bad. But yet botting is usually very bad in every main MMO, like every main MMO. If one day went around for an hour a day, they would ban hundreds. Yeah, I think, again, like, if you want a dev to have that be the sole ability, you know, I wouldn't mind that. And I think, again, the fact that a multi-billion-dollar company couldn't put a GM on their servers to just, you know, snipe bots all day is also telling too. You know, and again, it's not saying that a multi-billion-dollar company didn't do it, so Intrepid shouldn't do that either. I think Intrepid should do these things. Let me see. Would you mind checking out the fixes? I want to say, oh my God, dude, Roaming, thank you for the super chat, brother. Thank you, man. You didn't need to do that. Let me see. Would you mind checking out on the fixes? I think would make the game better. It's in the official AOC Discord under comprehensive list of fixes for PvP, PvE, and econ. Oh, okay. Shit. Give me 1 second. I will do that. So again, just so people know right now, I still have streamer.bot, but I got rid of the pinging. So if you're on YouTube, you're only going to see YouTube chat. If you're on Twitch, you're only going to see Twitch chat. Until I can have a proper fix for the double pinging, this is the only solution that I can come up with. Like, again, I'm not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. So I am just, you know, I figured, you know what, let me just remove it right now to remove the annoyance. And I can still see everybody's chat right here. I can see everybody's, like, from YouTube and Twitch. So, but yeah, I hopefully, you know, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll fix the bot to where it's not double pinging anymore. So yeah, hard to snipe the bots without hitting a lot of legit players that also play like bots. Nah, I mean, dude, video game, there are some bots that are so obvious. And I think, again, like, you know, as a dev, you can always just look in the back end to see, like, how, like, you know, bots are so perfect. And if you see the same infinite loop on repeat on the back end, where, like, the same button push, the same thing, like, humans are very, like, unpredictable in that way. And for me, when I'm going from mine to mine, I'm, like, using my jump roll. Like, it's very easy to detect a real player that's just gathering something and a bot that doesn't even use their mount, that's just constantly running everywhere, not dodge rolling, not jumping. It's just so apparent. Okay, so let me go and see this thread. So it's in Ashes of Creation, general feedback. Okay, comprehensive list of fixes for PvP, PvE, and econ. Okay. Holy crap. This is, well, it did, I mean, for what it's worth, it did say comprehensive. Can I, like, how can I, like, pop this out? Open in full view. There we go. Here, let me see. I go here. Okay. And let me also go here. All right. Yeah, no one plays like gathering bots. Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, I zigzag, I jump, I do so much stuff, and I know when I see a player, and then when I notice that I see, oh, this seems like a bot, like, their names are usually weird. I came across someone that was named, like, an actual name, like Damien, or what was it? Oh, I forgot what the hell it was. Benjamin. Thank you. Or, got in my mind, Benjamin. That I was like, okay, but he was moving like a bot, and I would go and mine his mine, and he would still, like, I would finish it out, and he would stand there and then zig to the other one, and I would go to the other one and do that. It was so weird. All right, so let's look at this list. Okay. Let me see. First, I want to explain my background so you understand where I'm coming from. I backed this game in Kickstarter and I participated in nearly every testing phase, including Alpha Zero. I spent around 600 hours in the current early access. I also came from long histories in similar games, including Rust, Arcade, Star Wars Galaxies, Guild Wars 1. I'll break this feedback into clear sections. I understand not everyone will agree with these suggestions, but I believe it would move the game more towards long-term success within the niche it is trying to occupy. Let me see. Okay, so player versus player. These are the problems with PvP. So right now, meaningful PvP is almost non-existent. The corruption system both hurts players who engage in PvP and those who want nothing to do with it. There is very little incentive to fight, even at endgame, and the punishments are so harsh that most players simply avoid PvP altogether. Beyond this, there is very little structure for PvP or game loops that encourage it in any meaningful way, which is totally true. AOC is currently a PvX game with no real PvP and very little PvE, also very, very true. Gear balance. So, okay, so he's just listing the problems, right? Is he coming up with the solutions next? Or, okay, yeah, he is. Okay, I'm pretty sure he was. So gear balance. So currently, gear is far too dominant in determining a fight's outcome. High-end radiant gear, legendary, epic, heroic is massively stronger than the lower tiers, rare, uncommon, common. While it should feel rewarding to have better gear, being able to one or two shot other players just pushes people away in the game because they feel like they can never compete. I propose tightening the power gap between tiers like this. Legendary 24% stronger than common, epic 20% stronger, 15, 10, and 5. Yeah, I think honestly, like that scale, you know, I think everybody would like a skill like that for sure. I think right now, clearly there's like a break point here, and it goes from feeling like, you know, 3%, you know, 6%, and then this is like 20%, you know, so there's like a clear, huge breakpoint there with that. Let me see. On top of that, tempering and enchanting also add an additional 1 to 5% total power rather than creating massive power gaps. With this, I would also push for more skill-based combat, longer TTK time, more counterplay, more CC breaks, and defensive options. So the thing with TTK, though, is the longer you have TTK, the more boring it potentially gets. And especially when it comes to classes that can heal and do stuff like, and this literally happened in WoW. Like TTK in WoW became so absurdly long that it just was an infinite match at that point. And I understand the whole spirit of saying like, I don't want no one to be one or two shot, right? But it really just depends on the situation. Like, are we doing likes to likes, apples to apples? Like if we're talking a level 25 to another level 25 that has one level 25 has all common radiant gear, the other level 25 has all rare gear, you know, is that what we're talking about? Because being one or two shot by someone like who's level 18 like me and someone else is level 23 and they're also playing a better class and they also have radiant gear, which I do not, should I be one or two shot? Probably. You know what I'm trying to say? So I hope this is kind of meaning more the equal footing scenario instead of it being like, oh, I'd never want to be one or two shot kind of thing. Because TTK, there has to be a sweet spot. Because when you start going too long in TTK, especially with like classes like Bard or Cleric, it's going to get so ridiculous so quickly. And so I hope they can come up to with a middle ground with that. All right. So corruption system. I like the idea of corruption in theory, but in practice, the current system is far too confusing and easily abused. Most players don't even understand how corruption works. For those who understand it, often use it to bait others into becoming corrupted mid-fight or in places where they should feel safe. So I think the thing with corruption is that there's clear flaws within the system. And I feel like once you correct those flaws, like we still haven't played the corruption system with those flaws corrected. Does that make sense? Like, because no one should be baited into corruption. And if you remove those things, then how does the corruption stand with, like, how does the corruption stand without those flaws? And I think that's where we haven't really gotten to with corruption. You know what I'm saying? So the punishments are far too severe. While this was meant to deter griefing, it is instead nearly eliminated PvP altogether. Well, so here's the thing. Non-combatants are supposed to feel like, hey, I don't want a PvP, right? The corruption is meant to deter combatants from killing non-combatants, killing players that don't want to PvP. I feel like there's also an inherent the fact that, one, we don't have an actual UI checkbox to just have me be flagged as a combatant to get certain rewards or certain buffs, you know, kind of like the way war mode is in World of Warcraft. If you turn on war mode, you get like an additional XP boost. You can potentially get some additional buffs and stats. Like, why can't that be a thing in Ashes, right? If you want to incentivize players to PvP that are also non-combatants, you need something to make the thrill more by becoming a combatant. And right now there's nothing. So that's my take with that. Like, I think corruption needs to fix the flaws, but I think the punishments are supposed to be severe. You're killing someone who doesn't want to PvP. And I think sometimes people lose sight of that. LOL King, dude, what's up? Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. So that's kind of like why I think players that are trying to grief others, it's because, one, they're either trying to kill a bot, two, they're trying to force someone to PvP when they ultimately don't want to, and they want to kill that person, but that person is unwilling to flag as a purple. So that purple player has to go through certain means and kinks in the armor to fuck them over, right? And that's what people are doing. But right now, the lawless zones are absolute garbage. There just isn't enough out there for a PvP player to actually engage with other PvP players. That is the real problem. Worse, many players now use alt accounts, use guild members or suicide strategies to bypass corruption or force it onto others, which feels terrible for normal players. My proposal: replace corruption with the arcade style crime system. Instead of corruption, you kill someone, steal, or commit crimes, you gain crime points. Other players can report you. After enough crime points, you become wanted. If killed while wanted, you are sent to jail within the node you're killed in. A player juror votes on your sentence length over the time. So here's the thing. If you want to change the corruption system, then we also need to change the things that happen to you when you die, because the whole idea of you looting someone else's stuff, you know, I think if you want to kill someone for the sake of killing them, or you want to just PvP, like, maybe we should just take away that as well too, right? So it's like, if you just want PvP, oh, but you want PvP with rewards now, right? So it's like, again, this is where PvP players kind of lose me sometimes, because it's like, you say you want PvP, but then you want like the more along with it. So again, I think if we're thinking about just removing corruption, which I don't know if we should yet, I think we should try other systems, but we still yet have to even have the real corruption system at the real tuning with also these flaws and the brokenness of the system fixed. So again, I've heard about the arcade stuff, which I am more than willing to try, but we still have yet to try the corruption system without the flaws. Let me see. This system still punishes griefers, allows real PvP to exist, avoids random gear loss, feels fairer and more immersive. Dropping gear on death just feels bad, and losing gear because you didn't fully understand corruption is often enough to make people to make players quit already. Communication or lack thereof is my big thing for having a community manager. It feels like there's crickets in general for what's going on outside of putting fires like the exposed duping forced. No, 100%. I think that's entirely accurate. And it's so weird, and I've been saying this on my stream more and more, is the fact that we have not had the communication that we normally have, which is also just super duper odd. Let me see. I know everyone is looking for PvP improvements, but Intrepid increased penalties to dampen PvP during testing. No, 100%. And that's what I mean, right? Like, and this is why I think focusing on the other things like the lawless territories or more PvP dynamic events is, to me, the better play, because again, fixing corruption, like in basically having people that don't want to PvP and making it easier to kill a non-combatant is not my way of fixing the system. My way of fixing the system is making people wanting to flag up and having the incentive to flag up. So there's more people flagged, which also then promotes more PvP. Like, isn't like that to me is my thing. Like, I think people that don't want to flag should still try to be left alone. You know what I mean? They don't want a PvP. Again, this is supposed to be a PvX game. Like you have your PvPers and you're going to have your PvEers. The ones that are PvE focused probably aren't going to be flagged most of the time. And I think there should be more incentives to go purple, and we just don't have those yet. Let me see. Pseudo factions, node identity matters. Right now, your guild is basically the only identity that matters. Your node, your neighbors, your region means almost nothing socially or politically. I propose that your citizenship actually matters. For example, if you are a citizen of Miralith, you should have a small icon next to your name showing this. Citizens of the same node and its vassals should not be able to attack each other outside of the declared wars. Interesting. Okay. Let me see. You can still attack citizens of other nodes. This would create a real regional loyalty, encourage defending your node home, make mayors and alliances actually matter, create meaningful territorial conflict, add real risk to long distance pack runs. That's actually really interesting. So the citizens of the same node, you can't, like, you'll never be able to attack them. I don't know if that's something that Steven wants. Steven always said, you know, I hate when I belong to like a faction and I can't kill people within my own faction. That's something he's said. I remember him saying for like so long. You see, Arcage had a good jail system. Our guild leader stole all of our saved up maps for a boat. He got caught and sent to a jury for a week later. I paid everyone on the jury to vote him guilty, and he had 400 hours in jail. Oh shit. Now, to me, honestly, like, I think the corruption system can work alongside a jail system. And I think that we should try something to, like, I mean, because I think a jail in Ashes of Creation, the theme of it would fit really well. The whole political portion would fit really well. Like, I don't know why we have not even tried to do a system like that. I think that would be really badass. Let me see. So lawless zones and rotating chaos zones. I propose all areas at crossroad tier and below should be lawless. Ooh, interesting. So all tier 1, tier 2 would be lawless. Once areas reach settlement tier, they become safe, but rotating lawless zones appear every 3 hours across the map for 1 hour at a time. That's interesting. During lawless hours, better drops, resource procs, more gold from packs, higher XP gain. I like that. I do. I would not mind that. So how would that work in the beginning of the game? Because technically, when you're purple, if you go into a a tier 1 or tier 2, like, there's stuff that you would have to turn in and go like around your settlement. And if you're purple, like, the people are just going to kill you. Like, unless we just turn that off for tier 1 and tier 2, right? Like, we could do that as well, but I mean, might be interesting to say the least. They can't even get mobs to work right now, let alone a jail system. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. Let me see. So safe areas for new players. I don't personally love safe zones in a PvP game. Well, thank God this is not a PvP game. But they are necessary to keep a healthy PvE population alive. I propose the entire starting region from Avian to Lion's Hole to Briarmore Farm should be safe for players under level 20. Ember Spring should be safe zone within 5 to 10 meters across the radius of the map. Yes, some PvP players will dislike this, but the reality is simple. If we lose PvE players, the PvP players will have no one to trade with, fight over for resources, or prey upon economically. The game will die. This worked very well in Arcage, and it can work here too. Keep in mind that if we don't do this, it eventually will lose half of the players playing, and the game will slowly die 100%. Like, for me personally, like, I think having, parts of the game that are completely safe that people can't get fucked over is a really, really good thing. And I think in those areas, you can just have mats that, are very tier 1 based, you know what I mean? Like, nothing crazy. Like, so even in the safe zones, you're not gonna be able to gather anything like remarkable or anything like that. I think that'd be fine. Let me see. Crate system rework. Citizen crate only available to citizens. Need processed goods. Merchant crate, raw good available for anyone. Settlement crate, mixed of raw goods and processed goods. This keeps both raw and processed market alive. That'd be interesting. Like, I think honestly, the crate system could actually be a goated thing if I think there were just different types of crates. And I would love a crate too that you can just turn into a thing and get experience from, right? Like, I don't want gold or anything, but I honestly don't want to grind, or I don't want to like do quests right now. Like, if I can just get a pack together and just move it across some land and get like a good chunk of experience, like I think that would be really, really good too, you know? Um, process good, market is kind of dead. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like, yeah, the process good. I mean, processing stuff does make you cash, but yeah, like I think the whole trading economy with processing is still kind of in flux for sure. Let me see, item loss and XP debt. So here's number 7. Dropping gear on death when corrupted feels awful and actively discourages PvP. Even worse, XP debt from consensual PvP is a terrible design. If 2 players agree to fight, neither should be punished with XP loss. Yeah, I think honestly to that too. Like I this is my take with anything. If a player kills you, whether it's consensual or non-consensual, I think you should not earn XP debt. Period. I think what should get you XP debt is PvE mobs. Like, if PvE mobs was the thing and that predicated your XP debt, cool. But another player killing you, like, they're already taking your materials. The XP debt is just like the other twist in the knife that you don't need. So I think when it comes to, you know, you fighting like a world boss, or you doing like hard mobs in a dungeon or whatever, if you are engaged and there are mobs killing you, there should be the PvP debt. But I think if you're just doing some like open world battles, you know, as a combatant versus another combatant, I agree. I don't think there should be XP debt from that at all. There should be a mule crates and caravan crates. Maybe make caravan crates not suffer the same diminishing returns. Well, honestly, the whole diminishing return thing to me is stupid. And the fact that you literally can't identify like how much money you're going to make, like, then why am I even going to put up the effort to even make something like of a heroic or epic or even rare heroic or epic crate when I don't even know what I'm really going to get? Like, and especially if I'm going to go very far, like, it's kind of dumb that I don't even have like what I want to all the time. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Let me see. So instead, respawn timer should increase over time to prevent endless fights. The real risk should be losing up to 25% of your cared for materials, losing your position, world bosses, POIs, raids, dungeons. Right now, most players simply leave the area the moment PvP starts because losing 200 to 500,000 XP is too punishing. 100%. And then there's not a real tug and pull there. There's no tug of war. Because it's like so punishing just right off rip that you're just like, well, fuck it. Like, you know, we lost. I guess we should just leave. Like, that's kind of dumb. Like, I mean, in a PvP scenario like that, there should be some back and forth at play. And the fact that that can exist because punishment's too high is a problem. Let me see. I think XP debt is fine when killing unflagged players. Remove it for PvP between flagged, and perhaps all the PvP players whining about not having PvP will finally stay flagged up and have that PvP. Well, I think, you know, right now, like a lot of PvPers, you know, they don't have the, excuse me. I'm not saying they don't have, but I think there just needs to be so many fucking tweaks to PvP. Like, there needs to be incentives. There needs to be the adjustments of stuff on death. The risk, I think, is way too punishing right now, just for all intents and purposes of just PvP in general. So hopefully there's going to be some shit coming, you know, but I honestly don't know if that's really going to be the case. Loser Lord, thank you so much for the follow, brother. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far, man. Let me see. So next one is Guild Ward costs. The cost to declare war should be reduced. Add a 24-hour cooldown before declaring war on the same guild again. This prevents griefing while keeping wars fun and frequent. Yeah. What the heck was that noise? Oh, okay. Okay. Let me see. Level 9 or number 9. Level equalization and ganks. If a player is 10 plus levels lower than you and you choose to attack, the lower level should receive partial stat equalization. If they pick the fight with you, then no equalization is applied. This prevents high level griefers from farming brand new players and driving them out of the game. It may be controversial, but it's critical for player retention. Interesting. So if a high level player fucks with a low level player, that low level player would get a partial stat equalization. And if the lower level player tries to hit a high level player, then there's no equalization involved. That's very, very, very interesting. Dude, roaming, dude, thank you so much for becoming a channel member on YouTube, brother. Thank you, thank you. Very much appreciate that, man. Let me see. How about a scroll that reduces XP debt only while grinding? Super easy and creates a sink. Um, I wouldn't mind that in general, to be honest with you. Like, I think if you still have like a 3% XP debt and then you have like a scroll that you can just have on you while you're out in the world grinding and it only takes off like maybe 1.5%. I mean, that's hell of a lot better than 3, because 3% at level 40, bro, that's a shit ton of experience. So yeah, I think a scroll like that would be actually pretty damn cool, Nicholas. Let me see. Just make it to where if you are flagged, you don't get XP debt. I'd be flagged 24/7. Well, that's what I mean, right, Wagsy? Like, I want people that are, there needs to be more incentives to be combatant. The fact that you never ever see people just on the road, like anywhere in Ashes, that's just flagged. It is just. I think my wife left her phone here somewhere. Like the iPhone might be her work phone somewhere. Sorry, it's just bothering me. But yeah, like I feel like there just needs to be more reasons for people to be flagged up. You know, just add instance PvP mode so we can casual PvP when we want. I think once they add instancing into the game, like it would be kind of nice to actually have like some battlegrounds that people can do for sure. No, I hate stat smoothing or whatever it is they normalize them. If they spend hours grinding to get a legendary weapon, I want to be able to one shot someone that thinks they can hit my rocks. Well, if you want to one shot someone that is non-flagged to take their stuff, like I think equalization would, you're still gonna probably stomp them. Like he said, he didn't say like full stat equalization. He just says partial, basically to give that person a semi chance instead of just being completely obliterated like overnight. So I don't think I don't think this is actually too big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Just want to let you know I'm on YouTube and can still see the Twitch chat. Maybe you had double bots. Wait, really? You can see Twitch chat on YouTube? But on YouTube or on Twitch, Twitch can't see YouTube. I know on my screen, like if you're watching me, both Twitch chat and YouTube chat are going towards my thing, right? But yeah, interesting. But yeah, I appreciate that. I'll have to look that over. Skill over gear, please. Need a skill check. Yeah, I think honestly, when it comes to people want skill to matter more than gear, and I think that tuning of 40% gear power and then 60% your skill being involved. Again, I think people romanticize about like what that break will be like, or what that kind of 60-40, 30-70 kind of split will be. But it's going to require a lot of tuning, because that is going to have to be adjusted at literally every single breakpoint. Like you're not just going to have some magical number that's going to work from levels 1 all the way to level 50. So because there's so many different points in gear that's going to have more stats on it, more things that could potentially be done, that it's, yeah, like when you're level 17, you had really great battles, but now that you're level 26, now you're getting fucking stomped in, right? So there's going to have to be constantly be adjustment like everywhere. Not always, but skill should matter, not just gear. The focus should make skill matter. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think skill ultimately is what should win the match, but gear, I think the fact that, when people usually say that, like if people worked really fucking hard to get epic or even have a legendary, and that doesn't really feel like you have that, then why even get it? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I understand the spirit of the conversation is about skill mattering over gear. And I think right now, like you can be kind of like me as a PvP player. And, when I say me, I mean terrible. And you could just have like heroic gear and you can probably stump someone who actually is pretty damn good at the game, just because I have better gear. And I think in a world like that, that shouldn't work, right? Like I think me being terrible about the game, or at least in PvP, I can face someone like with, maybe all rares that should be able to still rumple stomp me, even though I'm technically in heroics, Like I think that world should exist in Ashes. It's just going to be very, very hard to get it, is what I'm saying. Let me see. I stay flagged up a lot in P1 and never went red, lost gear, and had lots of PvP. Nova Orden players were also flagged up most of the time. XP debt was reduced, then flagged and dying if you died unflagged. Even from mobs, we stayed flagged a lot, even when leveling and having consistent areas. Flagging seems to happen less and less, even though the penalties have not increased. Well, love the fact that you don't even have the option to just flag up right now is stupid. The only way you can fucking flag up right now is if you hit another player, which is dumb. Like, I think that's totally dumb. I think they need to bring back an actual realistic toggle to you hit a button and you just are a combatant, you know? And there could even be like a little safety thing where it's like you hit the button and then there could be a pop-up that comes up to say, hey, do you want to actually go combatant status? And you hit yes, boom, now you're combatant status. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need something like that. And I understand that if you have it like on a very simple button like Alt or Control, or it maybe isn't like a double prong button, like let's say Control V or, you know, Control F or, you know, whatever. I still believe there should be a toggle, but with the combatant status, not only should there be lower requirements of like, let's say lower XP debt, there actual needs to be buffs, actual incentives, because even for me as a PvEer, I would probably flag up and just like, hey, maybe I can get, better procs on my mining or better hits on my lumberjacking or, whatever, right? Maybe I can get some stuff for my processing. And I don't know, just in general, like, I think there should just be buffs. Like, I think that's what we really need. The gear right now is bad. A level 24 rogue, 1v10s us at a harbor. I have 3.9 K HP and his bow auto attacks were hitting me non-crit for 600. Yeah, that's that's not good. That's not good. I think 5% bonus a tier would be fair. People would absolutely still want legendary gear. Yeah, I think it's just to me, it's a very fine line. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think that fine line is going to be very hard to come up with as a consensus of a community, is what I'm saying. Look at New World. You can outgear someone, but still have to have a tough time with someone who is skillful. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think in a perfect world, I do want that. I just think in this alpha, it's going to take us a while to get there. You know what I'm saying? Right now, gear is like 15% a tier. Yeah, it's insane. Like, it really is. Like, I am in full adept gear now. I'm in all common adept gear, and maybe really killer. But when we were doing the settlement war between Nuela and Jova, like, I stood absolutely no chance, like, trying to kill someone. It was just utter madness, but it's fine. Like, I was fighting people who were like level 20 plus, all in radiant gear, and I was adept, so I kind of figured I was going to get rumple stomped. But it just, I felt that pretty heavily. And I think also too, the degree of novice to apprentice gear and apprentice to journeyman gear, also, I think those breakpoints are way too much. Like, the fact that you feel like your adept gear doesn't even really go into the journeyman gear, I feel is really bad. I don't know. It's just, it feels, there's so many number adjustments that we need to have the game just numerically feel good on a numerate of levels. I totally agree with this post. The game is supposed to be PvX, but 98% of the game is PvE. The other 2% is corruption, griefing, zergs, mob training, debatably not even PvP. Duels, 1v1, settlement wars. The server can't handle anything more than 20-ish versus 20-ish players. Caravans, consensual PvP outside of towns because they are otherwise broken. And PvP setting checks. To be fair, Intrepid fixed the AoE PvP settings check. Meaningful PvP is non-existent. No, yeah, 100%. I mean, this is the whole point of this post, right? Is, the fact that this person put this all together, I think is really good. Now, you can agree or disagree with like some of his points, but I so far, I think some of these changes, I would not mind trying. Because here's the thing, like, in an alpha, why fucking not? Why not try? If we don't like it, if it's something we don't care for, we don't have to have it. Now is the time to do true A and B testing. And I just feel like we really haven't done any of that. Like, we really haven't done, and I don't know if it's because we're at a point right now of still trying to just implement systems. And that's really the focus, is we need to just get these fucking systems out there. But we really do need some more A/B testing. How about increased luck while gathering if you're a flagged and lawless area? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think that'd be really, really good. The only game I found where ants can matter was Eve. Even a newbie can ruin someone's day in a fight. That's the secret sauce everyone seems to miss when it comes to these world PvP releases. Well, I think sometimes having, even the undoubtedly dark horse come out and actually wreck some shit, would actually be interesting. I don't know how that could work in Ashes. I don't have a way in my mind of how that can work. But hell, if someone brings up a suggestion of how it can work and I hear it and I like it, I'll fucking promote it. I think that'll be good. Let me see. I think legendary gear having 25 to 30% more stats than someone rando who just hit the 25. Now it's like a 300% more stats. Yeah, that's that's really wild. Here you go. To the lawless isles and people with 4+ heroics can insta gib your entire group. Yeah, I know. It's just that's just I think people want and I think honestly it would be really, 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 really cool if there were certain PvP events like circles or like places on the map where as soon as you went in there, everyone was equalized, right? So like in this world event, your gear doesn't matter. Like you go into this world event, like I think you could probably even do that with something like a person going in and being like, level 7, right? And actually going in and feeling like a person who's level 17 isn't just going to one shot them, right? So like everybody is sort of equalized in this one world event. And then once the world event is over, then your gear matters and whatever. That way you can pretty much give people that are like lower levels that can actually go into that event, and the people that are higher levels go into that event, and all kind of PvP, in this kind of battle royale where skill ultimately would matter because your gear means nothing in that world event. I think that would actually be pretty fucking cool, to be honest. Let me see. Yeah, finding perfect balance will be hard, but adept item giving 100% power while the radiant gives 5,000 power. What incarnation were they thinking? Yeah, I know. It's nutty. And I think again, it's just, I think sometimes they have bigger fish to fry, but that doesn't mean that you can just willy-nilly do whatever number you think is whatever, because ultimately, like, we're going to be paying the price as the testers experiencing that, which usually ends up happening. Let me see. So talked about this. So catch-up mechanics for new players. Players who join after the first 2 weeks should receive increased XP gains to max level, slightly higher drop rates for common gear only. I don't agree with this one. I don't really believe in catch-up mechanics, especially in a brand new game. I think, again, if they want to go combatant and have like a bit of an XP bump, an XP buff by being combatant, that's already their thing. But I don't think new players need this one specifically. If you want to make it to where if they join a couple of months after launch and you can have like a slightly higher drop rate for common gear, I'm okay with that. But I think the XP gain to max level is a little much. This would help new players feel relevant, make them economically active, allow them to participate in content sooner. Crafters could also still sell better quality initiate and adept gear, or turn gear into cities for script gold and make them into packs and to be run via caravan. Yeah, I think the big problem too with I see novice gear being is that if novice gear is too plentiful, then me as the crafter, why am I ever going to craft novice gear? I think in a perfect world, the novice gear would be for those people that, are the tryhards, or, hey, I want to get like a really twinked level 1 and go with all like epic novice gear, to level from 1 to whatever. But I think once we actually get tuning, ideally people will twink their alts to level. Yeah, I mean, true. I think when it comes to a brand new player, they're not gonna be able to afford, the kind of gear, like the common or, the tier 2, tier 3 kind of shit. But yeah, I guess maybe I just made my own point right there for sure. Let me see. Boats and caravans shouldn't permanently be destroyed. Ooh. Right now, losing a boat or caravan is a massive financial loss that nobody wants to risk fighting. Instead, boats and caravans should be repairable up to 20 times before needing replacement. I'm actually agree with this. I don't know if 20 times is the number here, but I think that there should be some repair function, especially if you spend some really amazing materials to make, like, let's say a caravan full of weeping willow or whatever, right? Like the fact that it's just destroyed after one shot is, and again, we've talked about this too with like the people that our defenders have way more to lose than than randos just like, oh, there's a caravan there as attackers, let's go and fuck them up. Like, I don't like that. I think that's stupid. I think there needs to be a better balance of attacker and defender when it comes to both the things that the defenders are risking and what is an attacker risking. Really, truly nothing other than just their time. Let me see. So let me see. PvP game loops. All of these should be viable in the game and actively encouraged. Caravan runs, guild wars, ocean-based raid bosses, world bosses, ocean-based POIs with meaningful rewards to fight over. The chat bridge bot stopped working. No, Ludi, I'm sorry. So just real quick, I turned it off. The whole double pings to certain people is getting annoying. I tried to fix it last night. I couldn't fix it. I asked some people to help me and they were like, I don't know what's going on. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to delete it. I'll worry about it later. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you're only going to be able to see YouTube chat. If you're watching on Twitch, you're only going to see Twitch chat. But if you watch me at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see both Twitch and YouTube chat simultaneously. I guess what I can do right now is do this. Just to make it a little bit higher for now, so that way people can see more of the chat. Ultimately, this game needs structure when it's currently missing most, if not all of it. Without some element of structure pushing players towards PvP or conflict, then it just won't. I mean, ultimately, like, I do agree. Like, caravans need a huge bump. I honestly don't know what the point of guild wars are. Like, other than just, we want to war deck you for whatever reason. But now that there's like, what, like a 15-minute timer now, or preparation timer. I don't know if it's still an hour. I don't know. I feel like guild wars should actually serve like a real function. And I think guild wars is nothing but really nothing but an excuse to just fight another guild for whatever reason. Same reason as IRL wars. Yeah, I guess so. I've seen 2 caravans in like a month. Yeah. Well, caravans, no one's just wanting to run them because why? Crates are just so much more lucrative. Not suggesting I like the idea, but I do know games that are known for a grind often do this. Show the road of ways in bringing more players. I personally rather have new servers open up than boosts, but I see why some games do this. Yeah, I'm personally not a fan of paid boosts. In Ashes of Creation, you know, Steven has been very staunch against any kind of pay to convenience. So any kind of like paid boost, or like, hey, you can buy gear from our shop, or, you know, anything kind of pay to convenience, like storage tabs. Oh, you need more, just buy some more from our store. Like, Ashes of Creation is not going to do any of that shit. So there's no like, of course, pay to win, of which we know, but there's not going to be really that pay to convenience either. Which in my opinion is really, really good. So let's see. PvE. POIs are good for grinding, but they are currently too packed with mobs to feel explorative or fun. I propose reduce mob density, place better loop deeper inside POIs, make deeper areas harder but more rewarding. Also add a few high-end instance POIs with real mechanics and puzzles. There should require coordination and skill, not just surging. I know Steven has said this is coming, but I want them to be a priority. So POIs, in my opinion, do need to feel more explorative, but I also feel like POIs need to actually have meaningful named mobs. I think right now there isn't enough meaningful named mobs in these POIs that you'd want to grind and kill, because most of them are way too easy. And I don't think that that's particularly a good thing to have ultimately, because there really doesn't present any kind of challenge, you know, at these POIs. And I think most of the time too, like, I think some of those named mobs should actually be balanced around 8 players, right? The named mobs. I mean, if you want to kill regular mobs should just work as they currently work. But I think, you know, named mobs should require, you know, 8 people to take down effectively. And I've seen people kill named mobs with just like less than 4. You know what I'm saying? So I think there needs to be, you know, just better POI systematic function, but also just more interesting mobs, because I feel like right now, like, mobs in general are just way too cannon foddery. You know, there needs to be more things that can potentially shake things up. Let me see economy. Let me see crafting costs are insane right now. Recipes scale ridiculously, such as jumping from 10 ingots and 5 rubies to 612 ashwood and 80 rubies. This is bad design. Instead, use fewer materials but make them rarer and harder to obtain. Example, 10 steel ingots, 5 sapphires, radiant weapon, but makes sapphire much harder to find. Yeah, I think when it comes to certain things, but that could also technically be considered bad design, because I remember literally people would say in phase 1 and phase 2, where's copper, right? Because copper was literally so hard to find that it just became a meme. So yes, it seems like 612 of anything feels ridiculous, but ashwood, getting 612 ashwood, like depending on what you want, to me, I feel like the balancing of the things that require super high thresholds, the rarity breakpoint shouldn't be that much. Like, I think personally, you would just need maybe common to uncommon of like something that requires 300 or 400. And the real rarity breaks is the things that are the ones that take less, right? And when it takes like 10 rubies. So that's where you would put in your legendary rubies or your epic rubies. Like, I don't really find that to be a problem. I think if you do require, like, lower the requirement overall, and then we come into the same situation where you've hit 1,000 of something and have yet to even find a ruby, or a sapphire, I should say, in your example, like, people are going to complain just as much as they were complaining here. Does that make sense? So I don't know if this is particularly a better design. I just think it's trading one frustrating thing to another potentially frustrating thing. They tried making mats harder to find in 2.5. No one crafted anything. That's what I mean, right? So I feel like not many situations in Ashes of Creation is a very simple thing to do. And I know in some people's minds it seems simple, but you're trading one evil for another potentially, at least in some people's minds. Yeah, I agree with you on the rarity breakpoints. Yeah, rarity breakpoints, because again, you also have to understand too, like, the reason why getting 600 ash or like some ridiculous amount of ash to create a piece of thing is because we still have yet to have the full implementation of our professions, right? We're lacking real profession talent trees, which are coming. We're also lacking the revisions of artisan stats, right? So all of the artisan stats that we currently have were meant for static rarity, right? So we have yet to really get like a rebalancing of our original stats. The other thing is that we have yet to get the better bags with actual passives on them. We have yet to get the better breakpoints and changes when it comes to artisanship clothes. And the design eventually will be that you're not hitting 5 of something. You're going to be hitting like 15 of something or potentially 20 of something. And that's where it's going to be so much easier. And I'm talking like per node. Like, you hit a mine, you're going to get like 10 or 12 items in it and not just 5 of a specific mineral or rock or ruby or whatever. But we don't have any of those things yet. So it's like there's so much stuff that's coming down the pipe that we have yet to play with. And it's like, again, I know it seems, and again, they could potentially reduce it. They could potentially reduce it, but we have yet to even feel the increase on our end either. So that's also going to feel, I think, pretty good once that stuff becomes in the game. Let me see, 10 planks for a pickaxe. Is it the largest pickaxe in the world? Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's some items that require like, 20 something planks, and you're like, what? Like, what weapon requires 20 something planks? Senza, thank you so much for the follow, brother. Thank you. Let me see. Would a timed node / weather time dynamic base system with materials only available on certain times, like other games, be something you'd be behind to making gathering more dynamic and varied? 100%. And that's exactly what Ash is. If you go look at their weather showcase, that's technically the intent, is that there's only going to be seasonal materials, right? Like, bluebells could only ever come out in the summer, and moonbells only come out during the fall. So if we're in the fall season and you're trying to find a bluebell, well, good luck, because the only way you're probably going to find a bluebell is if someone hoarded it, and then they could probably sell it to you. Like, that's technically the design, that there was going to be what's that one herb that looks like a snowflower. It's white. I'm trying to remember the name. Whatever. But that, potentially could only ever come out during winter, right? And I don't know how it's going to grave petals. Thank you so much, Shakon. And so like with those kinds of things, you only be able to find them during those specific seasons. So yeah, I wasn't referring to snowdrops. Snowdrops I think should be common and those should be available. I think all tier 1 materials potentially should be available all throughout all the seasons. But I think when it comes to certain ones, now I think depending on where you go, like, and I think that could be a very interesting thing too, is that you can find bluebells, but not in the Riverlands during the summer, because bluebells could actually be more native somewhere else. Does that make sense? Like, I think that would also be really cool because that would also promote travel. Like if you're really hard up to finding bluebells, then you can go to a whole other zone instead of staying within your zone. And I think that's the stuff that I would personally love to see. Don't change the number, just break it into 2 items. Copper ingot, do X copper and X of the second item made of the same amount of copper, and the second material be the rarity changer. Yeah, I think that'd be fine too. I think it's just a matter of finding the balance of the system, but also getting our balance changes on our end that we have yet to get. That's also going to be very interesting once we do have that. Let me see. This would make reduce inventory clutter, make crafting more, make crafting feel meaningful, encourage real trade. Yeah, I mean, I think it could. And again, I think inventory also needs a huge change too, because I've said this before, but storage tabs needs, we need better storage tabs. Like the actual like mining, herbing, lumberjacking, those need to be expanded, or those need to feel like you can expand them. They need to have more stack sizes. That needs to feel way more dynamic and changing as you either purchase more lines or get higher status within your settlement, like whatever they want to do. I think there should be more expansion there. Let me see. Gotcha. I see. Yeah, that's something I'm familiar with from my theme park brain. Timed nodes just add another layer to crafting and gathering. It has pros and cons as anything, just thinking. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think some people, when they actually do get seasons, won't like it because they're like, wait a minute, you're telling me that I have to wait. Like it's time getting me to wait to pick the thing that I need to get. Yeah. And again, like, and we have to figure out as a community if we like that. Is that something we like? Is that something we don't like? We have yet to even test that. So it's going to be interesting when that happens. I would not mind using seasons for some herbs if there were true lawless areas that always had these at all times. Another incentive for PvP. And again, I think that could also be a really awesome thing as well too. Imagine if certain areas that did become lawless had certain items that weren't native to that season, right? That could promote you going to those lawless territories as a gatherer. I know for me, I'd go as a PvEer and try and, be like, hey, what can I get out of this, right? So if I go in with nothing, right, I have all my materials, I'm going to this lawless area with no materials on me. So I know if I die, they're not going to get anything out of it. But if I can get some of those herbs that are like 2 seasons away and not having to go with PvP and then exit the lawless area, and now I'm combatant and I'm safe, and I'm like, well, fuck, I made it out, like awesome, but if I go in there and get my teeth kicked in a couple of times, but I still make it out with like a couple of shit, well, it was a couple of shit I wouldn't have had anyway, right? So I mean, I think that's also a really, really good thing. Let me see, would love to see some more QNL like quality of life for guilds as well. A guild bank for currency would be nice, dude. A guild bank, a bank of currency would be nice for just personal shit. Like I think the fact that we can't put money in a bank is just dumb to me. Like, why can't that be a thing? Back to the caravan thing, I spent 30 gold to max out speed. Speed stats are turned off right now, it seems. Yeah, honestly, caravan stats need so much adjustment. I think at base, caravans need to move a hell of a lot faster, because if mules aren't moving as fast as caravans, then why are caravans that slow? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I remember when the mule system was going to come out, I honestly thought that the mules were going to go as slow as caravans. And the fact that they go almost mount speed, actually now faster, almost as fast as mount speed, is crazy. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how they even thought about that. If realistic drops were a thing, you'd be able to make enough pickaxes for a whole node with only a few trees. Yeah, also true. Always funny how to balance that. And again, I think we're also playing a game too, right? So I think having stuff that would be, if everything in this game was so, like, imagine the inverted opposite, right? So right now it takes like 600 or 300 or whatever the thing, right, to make a single item. Imagine if it didn't. We have all these resources all around us in Verra, like all throughout the land, but yet you only need to pick one or two things and then you can make a full set of gear because everything is like super easy to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it takes like one log, you know, one ingot to make like a mining pick. You know what I mean? Like everything just took like super little mats. People would be complaining like everyone's geared to hell in a week and now we can't do anything. Like what, like now the whole hitting rocks doesn't exist because why you need to hit rocks? You can make anything in the game like super fast and super easy. So yeah, that's gonna be hard to really balance that. I don't mind the number. I just mind I'm 1K quality and I've yet to hit a Lego for 300 hours of mining. Yeah, honestly, and I've heard people say, and again, there could be shit that going into these like hidden breakpoint thresholds could break stuff, right? There was people that were saying that as soon as I took off the quality rating, I started to see more epics and legendaries. But when I put on my quality rating stuff, I wasn't seeing anything, you know, which was really weird. And that could be a bug, right? Those could be issues. Those could be things that we don't see because how can we fucking report that? Like, okay, you know, we don't see the back end numbers of like, oh shit, as soon as I put on my quality rating and pass this certain number, you know, epic and legendaries just come off the table. You know what I mean? Like we don't know that, but it very well could be something that is happening on the back end. Honestly, I think gathering insane amount of items should be saved for things that make more sense though, like building up nodes. Well, I mean, true, but again, if everything took so little to make, we would be in the inverse opposite of people quitting the game so early because now what's the game loops for? Now people aren't even want to log in to gather shit. At least people right now call it a mining simulator or like a gathering simulator, but that would be gone from the game, you know? And I think, again, it's more so your personal inventory management that needs work and needs adjustment, and also your storage / settlement storage that needs more of everything. Because if we're going to need thousands of potential materials, then why is our storage so fucking limited? Like, why is everybody using general storage? You know, that's a problem. Let me see. There is a large thread about quality, and the devs said quality is working as intended, but it's still a work in progress. Oof. If it's working as intended, then yeah, something feels very fucking off then. I'll be honest, I might be a hater, but the whole node upgrade system is currently just jarring and lame. There needs to be so many more steps and individual upgrading moving parts. Well, and dude, the settlement system is probably one of the systems that has so many systems offline. Like the settlement system is the biggest system in Ashes of Creation. Go to the Ashes wiki and just look at the settlement system and it's fucking insane. Like there's so much that needs to be in that is not in at all right now. Let me see. Gathering Simulator is what MMO is meant to be. Well, yeah, in a sense, for sure. I mean, to be fair, instead of mining / gathering, they could focus on the other game loops. No, true. I mean, they could, but right now that's just not what we have, you know? Let me see. The quality stat just seems extremely minimal for gathering. Having a lot versus not much doesn't matter as much. Well, and again, because all of the stats, the artisan stats that we have were meant for static node rarity. So they haven't even did a balance pass towards the new randomized gathering that we have now for rarity. And again, once we get that, I feel we're also potentially going to get the artisan talent trees, which will then specialize gatherers and processors and crafters into even more things, right? So like potentially, like if you want to be a weapon master or a weaponsmith, but you don't give a shit about any other weapon but a sword or just swords, right? One-handed swords, two-handed swords, then you can potentially make cheaper, like, and require less materials of swords because you're specializing in the sword category. And we don't have any of that stuff yet, right? So I would rather go to a weaponsmith that's specializing in swords than go to a weaponsmith that specializes in axes, because if I want a sword made, why am I going to go to the person that can make axes really well? No, I want to go to the person that makes swords very well. You know, and if I don't really care about the specialty, yeah, I can go to the person who makes axes because I just need this, you know, just need any fucking weapon that you can make me. You know what I mean? It's like, make me the axe or make me a polearm, make me this, right? Like that's the shit that we're lacking and we just don't have. Yeah, making a glory-bound, lore-bound Great Mace takes up to almost 2 full general tabs in a bank. Yeah, exactly. It's because our storage at settlements needs a shit ton of work, and we have yet to get them. Let's not even think about how broken things are going to be when they start adding subclasses. When as soon as they add anything, we always get more brokenness from it. Okay, so let's see. Remove regional crafting restrictions. If you have the materials, the recipe, the correct workstation level, you should be able to craft anywhere. Right now, regional restrictions make too many items useless and kill long distance trade. I agree. I honestly was for this, but the more I've played it, the more I think it's dumb. And I think honestly, like, if you, because you would still have to travel, like let's say if you were on the other continent and one of the best necks is actually in the anvils, but you're literally in the Pyre starting area and the other, if you want to travel all the way to the anvils, you know, to get that recipe, then why not? You got the recipe, now you can take it back over there, and now you can make that neck like over there. I think there should be other reasons for the traveling to matter and materials to matter in certain zones, and why you would need in other zones. And that could be for settlements. That could potentially be for like other systems in the game. But I think for gear, I think having that, it seems very arbitrary. That very arbitrary barrier isn't fun. Like, it's not a fun thing to experience. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, material specific storage. We do have material specific storage. If you go to the down arrow box, you have general storage, and then you have like your 5 different specific storages, which is mining, fishing, herbing, lumberjacking, and hunting. And all of those don't matter because no one uses them. Most people use general storage because it's the longest one. It has the most squares on it. And the other ones, the more specific storages, has like this much squares, and you can only put in a stack of 44 instead of 20. So even though, yes, you can put 44 in them, they're not fucking worth it. They're not worth to use. You can fit so much more in a general storage than you can in a specific storage. And that's dumb. Like that's literally dumb. So yeah. Like, I wish you known this before I spend 140 on mining bags or mining gear / bags. Those still pay for themselves with time. It's not useless. It's just it's not extremely high impact. Yeah, and I think again, once we get those balances changes, which should potentially be, I'm hoping in 0.20 or 0.19 even. 0.19 would be even better, but I think more realistically 0.20 will have that change to artisanship stats in general, which will make all of your mining gear and your mining pick and all of the stuff that you have towards quality feel a shit ton better. But right now, yeah, it feels kind of terrible. I'm still trying to make an epic pickaxe myself. So, you know, goes to show you that I don't even listen. Okay, so item decay system. Weapons and armor that break repeatedly should eventually decay beyond repair. After enough breaks, the item becomes permanently unusable. This would keep the crafting economy alive, prevent infinite gear span, encourage long-term trade. To balance, decay should be slow, or resource rate should be significantly increased. Account utilization, shared storage between your main account and alts is necessary. Citizenship is already combined along with freehold ownership. Storage should be combined as well. I think storage shouldn't be combined. I think item storage, I wouldn't mind being combined, but I think materials should stay per character. That's just my thoughts. I think materials should stay per character, because that would be way too fucking powerful if it was literally all account wide in this game. But yeah, I am really down for account utilization in that sense of, like, you know, you being able to share items across your account. But I think material should be off limits personally. I'm trying to think of this one that he was talking about. The decay should be slow. Resource rate should be slightly increased. I think, I don't know to what end this would serve. If the decay is slow and you're constantly making gear going from novice to apprentice to journeyman, would you ever run into a situation where it doesn't feel permanent? And if this is more along the lens of like endgame gear, I don't know if people will like that. I know crafters would, but I think that's where patches come in to add new potential items that you would want to replace anyway. But having an item just feel like it's just gone now, like I don't know if people would like that personally. Let me see. Couldn't you share item, then deconstruct it back to materials? Yes, you can. I might as well make it into account wide, to be honest, because it's all tradable. My reason for this is to prevent inflation. Brother, you don't have to super chat me, man. If this is your post, I think this is a great post overall. But you don't have to super chat me. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you. But you can just type me regular. I'll read it off. Let me see. If we have to share citizenship/storage, I am with you. I think items, not materials, should be shared. I think it could also be on a 24-hour cooldown. Any access, maybe 5 minutes, is on a 24-hour cooldown. That'd be keeping in line with the spirit of limitation. I don't know if a cooldown I'm cool with, but I mean, I just think, again, I think there's a couple of things that I would want for you to be able to be account wide. Gold is one of them. I think if you have gold on your main account, I think that gold should just be reflected on all your tunes on that server. Like I've always said this for any game. I just want to support you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I do. But you are supporting me just by being in here and talking with us in chat. But yeah, I think when it comes to gold, I would love that to be account wide, because I've wanted account wide in WoW for the longest fucking time, because I think having it not account wide in that game just makes no fucking sense, and it just becomes an annoyance. And so in Ashes, I would love if gold was account wide. I would also love if I can actually deposit gold, not glint, fucking gold, into my storage, because maybe I want to have shit like for a rainy day. Maybe I got myself into fucking trouble because I wanted some gambling spree, or, you know, bought some shit or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, please tell me I have some gold in my bank. You know what I mean? So I think that would be really, really good. But yeah, I don't know about the whole gear decay. It'd be interesting, but I don't know. I don't know how I personally feel about that. Let me see. Final thoughts. This game has massive potential, but right now PvP is too punishing. There is no current game loop for this that actively encourages PvP, which is very fucking correct. PvE is too shallow, also very correct. Economy is too bloated with low quality items, and high quality items are too complex for most people to obtain, pushing towards others towards RMT. Also very true. Risk feels unfair and random instead of exciting/rewarding. These changes would help shift a game towards a healthier, more sustainable PvX experience where both PvE and PvP players can thrive. I agree with probably like 98% of this. I think there's a couple of things that I didn't like fully, like the whole decay system. I don't know if I'm on board with. This I'm definitely on board with. The regionalized crafting restrictions I think is dumb. This I don't also know if I'm good with this either. The way you proposed the economy thing, because I think this could also potentially really piss off people. If people can never find sapphire, we're in the same situation of the whole where's copper thing. And let me see, PvP game loops, definitely on board for this. I'm definitely on board for the catch ups for new players. I'm not really on board for either. I think the increase XP gains, that can literally just be incentivizing people to flag as a combatant and get an XP buff from there. I don't think you inherently need to give this just arbitrarily to players that started later. I don't think you need to do that. I think if it's a great game and I think there's great systems, people wouldn't care about the like people will want an adventure again, right? Like just because I showed up and I played WoW in 2005, I played a whole year after the game launched. Like I didn't need anything. Those are all fair criticisms. Yeah, I mean, I just think that all the player wants is to be a part of that experience. Like, you don't really need to give a new player the XP thing. I think there's other ways that they can get, especially if they're having fun with the game. Like, we don't need to give them a more faster experience. We need to give them a better experience. That's the thing. And the better experience is refining these systems, like hopefully listening to some of this feedback and getting new players to experience that greatness of all of these systems in harmony and in tandem with each other, that don't feel like one system is taken away from another system, but they're all adding towards each other in that experience. There should never be catching up for new players ever in any game. I feel like sometimes it's valid, but I find it to be a very rare reason. I think I am more of like you. I'm the mindset where you push players towards catching up too quickly, and it literally invalidates all of that content for no reason at all. Like, and that content should matter at all times. And this is why I think, you know, the whole expansion thing of like where, you know, World of Warcraft went with like Burning Crusade and going into Wrath of the Lich King, like all of those zones just didn't matter anymore. And I think I really hope Intrepid learns from that, because I would love to just stay here in these two continents for the next 10 years. I really would. We don't need to have like new areas. What we need are potentially new storylines. There could be areas that could be destroyed or remodified due to events, due to you know, these crazy villains or crazy storylines that occur, but we don't need to like traverse and go to like new vast locations and stuff like that to then make the two continents that we were on for many years like, oh, all right, bye. Now we're going to go to the very small land of 5 zones and 5 settlements, or, you know, whatever, right? Or not five zones and like 30 settlements now, when we had, you know, 85 of them before that were awesome and all had fleshed out shit. And, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think this is definitely something that, you know, that I would love personally. I think catch up in FOMO is felt completely different in a sandbox PvP game, though. As you said, I don't mind starting a year or two in a PvE MMO. The experience is the same. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never really played a sandbox game because I'm not a fan of survival games, really. But I think when it comes to MMOs, to me, like, I don't mind starting late. Like, if it's a great game and I've heard so much word of mouth of like, man, this game's really fucking good. Like, I go in that game and I'm like, oh my God, this game's really, really good. But where's my XP boost? Where's my this? Like, that's not even where my mind's going. My mind's going to just experience what I'm like, all of these like these high level players, like what they experience, like how much fun they had, like all of the, you know, the good systems, like the fun engagement combat, you know, the epic storylines, like the transformative world, like all of that should be the bait. You know what I mean? In my mind. In PvP, there is a strong feeling of I am so far behind I can't compete. But I think when it comes to the tryhards, like some PvP players, like, all right, I'm behind now, but see me in a month, I'll fucking catch up to you. Like I think, again, like, people underestimate the sweat, and if a sweat wants to go in and blast through all the content to get to endgame, they will. I don't think you need to put a carrot on that stick of, you know, oh, well, here's a free boost to 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's what you need to do. Let me see. And, and listen, I share your perspective because I'm a PvE junkie, a gathering enjoyer. I don't care. Oh yeah, no, I mean, like I said, like, I think right now people are just really looking for a new adventure. I think players aren't looking for this carousel of convenience and, you know, fast leveling experience, because guess what? Almost every current MMO has that same design. I think leaning into this difference of old school MMO, and where, and again, I've seen Showback, I've seen Sunny, I've seen like Airly like talk about like their experience in Ashes and how it feels very reminiscent to their classic WoW experience. And that is a good bit of feedback. Now, they're not all sunshine and rainbows too. There's many issues that they saw in Ashes of Creation. But the fact that a WoW player, like a hardcore WoW player, can see this game and see its potential, I think shows its good bones. There's just so much fleshing out. There's so much feedback like this that we really need in the game to make these systems fucking shine. Because if we can get them to shine, you're not only going to entice this hardcore sweat PvPer to grind through this game, you're also going to entice players like them and like me that are PvEers that want to enjoy a rich adventure where I don't fucking care that I'm level 18 and everyone else is level 25 or higher than that, like when we have full levels, because I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying this experience. And we just don't have enough MMOs where the experience is shit, your whole leveling is shit. Like, I've never heard someone say that about vanilla WoW. Like, oh bro, why aren't you level 60 yet? Like, why aren't you level 60 yet? Every time when a person is playing WoW, like for the first time, they're always like, so like, oh, where are you at? Oh, you're in that zone, man. Like, I remember being in that zone. It was like all like you know, just reminiscent and, you know, nostalgic and whatever. But if a new player is experiencing that, you're not wanting them to rush it. You're wanting them to experience it. And that is, I think, the biggest difference. But I really appreciate like you sending me this, because I literally have not read this. And there's been so many things that like I said, I've been so busy, and, you know, my mind's just been at so many different spots. So I really appreciate you, you know, putting me on this. Maybe I can't say how many players or how many people want to suffer a month straight being dunked by veterans, but it's not really something I can comment too much. Yeah, I think, again, some players that are PvP junkies, like if they find a really cool PvP game, chances are they're not going to come by themselves. You know what I mean? Like if they're migrating from one, you know, MMO to another, they're probably coming with their friends. So they're all going to join this PvP game late, but with their friend group, they're going to level as a friend group. They're going to have a great time doing that. And then they'll join up once they get geared and once they see how the game's played and they see like the videos and the YouTube strats and all this sort of stuff, and they're getting prepped as to like how they can do things. Like they're going to find their way. You know, I think, again, like I'm not really too concerned about the sweats. They will find their way. I'm more concerned about getting the person that casual adventuring experience. And I do think if we refine these systems enough, those players can have a place in Ashes. I really do, and have a great fucking time in those game loops, because I've had great time in these game loops, as broken as they are. So I know it could happen. Thank you for reading my post and giving feedback on it. I appreciate your perspective. Yeah, no problem, brother. And now that I can actually, because I mean, you've commented on my stuff before. I mean, weren't you the person that said that you thought I was a white knight for the game? And you said, I thought you were a white knight, Vlad, but after your post, like I can see that you're not, or something. I could have sworn I thought you said that in the general chat when I was talking about the whole patch they came out with, but maybe that wasn't you. Maybe that was someone else. Let me see. Blizzard has morphed the brain of their audience into being this hyper rushed, addicted to always skipping everything because only the latest content matters, playing the patch, nothing else. And I've said that so many fucking times. I've said that so many times. Haha, I don't think that was me, but maybe. No, well, because I think there was 2 comments that I got, like 2 replies, and I don't know if it was from you or for someone else, but someone said that. If it wasn't you, my bad then. But yeah, like I don't want Ashes to be about the patch. I want Ashes to be about the experience. And when people were playing vanilla, and you know they were already on Nax, like no one was like, I mean, you maybe had some people rushing, but when they were experiencing the Ragnaros, like, you know, Blackwing Lair, like raid, like that was their focus. Like they didn't care that there were 2 other raids or 3 other raids to like do. Like it was like their progression, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like what I want Ashes to be, right? I want Ashes to feel like progression. Like there's no reason to rush, like just experience it, you know? But I think, again, that's a hard thing to do, because I think the entire MMO base has not only been indoctrinated by World of Warcraft. Every MMO fucking does this now. Every MMO is all about its current patch cycle and season, and not about the experience of its past game cycle or its past, like, you know, base game. You know, it's all just like this fever dream of like, oh, you're playing like 1.0, cool, you know what I mean? But like you need to get to the current patch because it's like so fucking awesome right now. And then people feel like, oh, they can't do that because they have to go through this shit experience to get to the end game. And it's like, dude, it's not a shit experience. Like I played Final Fantasy 14 and I was not rushing through that. And I had a great fucking time through the story of Final Fantasy 14. When I got to Shadowbringers, bro, oh my God, dude, that was a fucking poof. Shadowbringers was fucking awesome. I loved it. Let me see. There's a big disconnect between players like me and you. Your content is my chores, so I can play the game. Well, I mean, there could be a big disconnect. I don't know what you mean by there's a big disconnect between players like me and you. Your content is my chores, so I can play the game. I don't know what you mean by that. Like maybe I'm just an idiot and I can't read between the lines, but Vlad, can you blame me if in doubt of who called you a shill, I'll take the fall, I'll wear the cross. I mean, it's fine. I mean, there's a lot of people that have labeled me a white knight, you know, but I have always tried to be fair towards Intrepid, but I've always tried to call them out when something just does not seem right. And that patch of them doing what they did wasn't right. And the fact of the matter is too, is that they also didn't put the quality back either. I found that later when I was in game. Like I literally was asking people, I was like, wait a minute, so you're telling me that the settlement quality buffs for crafting is still turned off, but it was on? Like, that's not good. Like, they should have just put it back. He's just saying things like, you enjoy your content as a chore he gets through. He has to get through to get to the real gameplay. Oh, well, okay. All right, then. Need to see, hi, is there a new patch coming out? No, there's not a new patch. I mainly was trying to think of, so I had this up because I wanted to do this for the stream, and I was just kind of wondering, like, what systems, and this is not even technically 0.20, this would technically be 0.19, but I was trying to think of systems that we would need. And I was like, first of all, like, the first thing that was on my mind was the hunting system, like the brand new hunting system. Like, we need that shit, like, ASAP. And then I was thinking, like, what else? Like, we need, like, mostly all of my stuff is like artisans, like artisan profession related, because I want the brand new, like, hunting system, like, the real one. You know, we need the artisanship, like, talent trees. We need the rework of artisan stats. Like, what else are players wanting? We need more questing. That's for sure. Actual story arcs. The Harbingers event to actually work. Dynamic gridding working. Better server performance, i.e. Dynamic gridding improvements. Meaningful wars in PvP. Well, that's like a whole thing. Like, okay, so it's like PvP. Oh, it doesn't do that. We need better incentives to be combatants. We need a toggle to become combatant in the UI menu. We need actual lawless territories. With real incentives for players. We need a LFG settlement board to find groups of players for content. So, like, I think we should have like an LFG settlement board. And I don't want it to work to where it's like a teleportation thing. I just want it to where, like, you go to the board and there's people that, like, say, like, hey, like, our group, you know, we need, you know, this or that or whatever. And I think honestly that board could be something that you can see like in town, but I also feel like it would be cool if maybe you can see your own, like, so like as an example, if you were the settlement, or if you are a citizen of the settlement of Jova, if you hit N, you can actually see your own town settlement board in there, like through the UI, but you can't see other settlements. Like if you want to go see what the settlement board, the LFG board in Halcyon looks like, you have to physically go there. If you need to see what people are doing in Uela, same thing there. But I think you should be able to see your own town board because you're a citizen there wherever you are. Like that's how I think it should work. So it's not like it's kind of like the way the marketplaces are. It's all separate, but at least you have the capacity to look at your own town board in your node, in your settlement UI whenever you want. Like that would be actually really fucking good in my opinion. PvE needs to be important beyond leveling or small crafting bits. It produces almost 0 gold compared to crate/fishing and has near 0 drops that matter, exclude recipes. Yeah, I think PvE, the whole PvE loop right now, which is basically like, I feel like super non-existent, especially past the Fatui part. Ghostboy VT, thank you so much for the follow, brother. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the stream. A wipe. Things we need in 0.19. Let me just put in big caps here. Wipe. I really feel like a wipe isn't going to help us. If we wipe and we don't have any true fundamental changes, freeholds. Okay, sorry, I'll put freeholds. Freeholds to the degree of the freehold presentation from 2023. Live GMs. Thanks for talking about that, as this man. Yeah, no, like honestly, I'm a PvE player. Like PvE, like we need fucking actual story arcs in the Riverlands and the Anvils. We need more compelling questing, not only from levels 1 through 10, but more importantly is 10 through 25. And the fact that there isn't any kind of like real like questing happening there is a huge fucking problem. The questing commission boards, I feel, are beyond boring and we need way more fucking variety there than what it currently has. What else? There's not enough like randomized, like whenever you're just looking around the Riverlands, there's no like person you discover that has like this kind of quest in the middle of middle of nowhere that you just stumbled upon. There's no actual treasure chests. I'm a fan of treasure chests. Now we have treasure maps in Ashes of Creation, but I want just random fucking treasure chests. Random. You know, you can put them around like certain POI, things or whatever. But I just love finding a fucking treasure chest because I went into a cave. I went into this fucking, thing that I never discovered. And I just wanted to roam over here and, oh shit, there's a fucking treasure chest here. Like, I love shit like that. I want stuff like that. Let me see, live GMs. Live GMs is not going to happen. That's not going to happen till beta, apparently. I don't want an LFG board. I don't want Ashes to become WoW Retail version 2.0. Ashes is a social game, so we need people to. So let me talk about that. So Bonsai. So I am not advocating for an LFG board that's like World of Warcraft, where it's let's say you queue for Ruins of Cephalion, and you basically will just get this automated queue of people that are also going to queue for Cephalion. What I'm suggesting is a town board where you can go up and sign up for a group. So if I am starting a group, I can put my thing in Jova and say like, hey, I'm a tank. I'm making a group for Cephalion. People can then go to the board and see that I am making a group for Cephalion. They can sign up. When they hit sign up, I get a notification saying so-and-so is sign up. I can whisper them and be like, hey, what are you? Are you a tank? Like, are you a healer? Are you a DPS? Like, what are you? And there's still going to be a social aspect to this. I am not trying to eliminate the social aspect. What I'm trying to do and what the system is trying to do is to bring people together easier, right? That's what I'm trying to do with this system. So that's what I am personally advocating for. I'm not advocating for a WoW style LFG system. I don't think that works in Ashes of Creation personally. I agree completely with your comment that questing needs to be a thing for the entire leveling range, at least be present and not just stop at level 10. Well, and there's people that, talk about the sandbox element of, oh, it's only up to level 10 because you're supposed to find your own adventure after that. But if we're talking, this is going to be a true PvX game, this isn't supposed to be a true sandbox either, right? So and again, in most theme park games, you are forced down that track of questing. You are forced down that track of the storytelling aspect of the game. I think just like anything in Ashes of Creation, you having a path of questing from 1 to 25 is an optional path. It's not required for you to do. It's not mandatory for you to do. It's just a path that you can take if you got bored of the other paths. That's the entire point, in my opinion, of a PvX sand park, which is the blending of a theme park and a sandbox game. So that's my thing. I think commissions should be more like adventuring guild quests. Go talk to a person, solve person's issue, potentially a quest line of more than not some type of narrative goal. Well, I think honestly, I feel like commissions could actually be something that could be player driven too. Like imagine if I need rubies or I need copper or whatever, I can literally go. So instead of giving the node, so there could actually be settlement commissions and then player commissions. And you can go up and actually sign up to give a person the commission, right? So then you go into a settlement and then you go to the box. And then instead of you putting in the stuff, you actually take out the materials. I think that would actually be pretty fucking cool, right? And that could also give you rep or, something to that effect, right? By the more commissions you do. And you could even cap them, right? So you can't do maybe you can only do 5 player commissions a day, right? But you can do the other settlement commissions all day if you wanted to, right? They still have a cooldown, but you can do those all day. I think that'd be fine. I like that shit. My worry is that Intrepid/Steven doesn't care about your feedback. This post issues have been brought up by lots of streamers, use Zyback, Nice, etc. However, the game will remain broken, no meaningful PvP until they stop listening to the players. Current rate of development progress of implementing meaningful PvP systems seems to be effectively zero. Alternatively, market the game as PvE exclusively. That is what 99% of the game is currently. Well, I think right now, because of where we are since early access and because they literally decided to launch early access in December, which December they don't really do a lot because they're prepping for their break and then they come back from break. I understand for a early accessor that you think that there hasn't been any real progress. And also there has been almost regression in certain sense for people that have been here for a year. But ultimately, I don't know if you have experience, because I know I don't, in closed alpha MMOs, but sometimes there is regression. Sometimes things get worse before they can get better. And I think that's why they usually have those closed alphas in early MMOs like Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2, SWTOR, because they bring in people that have that mindset of understanding of what an alpha is. And because this is now reaching a large player base, most of us don't know how an alpha is supposed to be run, how it's supposed to be run. And you think you can run it better. I think I can run it better, but ultimately I don't fucking know. Yeah. And again, I agree with you, Zyback. PvP has regressed. But to say that they're not listening, I disagree with that. I think it feels like that, but I disagree with that because I've seen the fruits of them listening. And if you want to take it into an example, look at literally just a couple of days ago, they did a patch. It was massively hated immediately, and then they reverted it. If they really were tone deaf and weren't listening, they wouldn't have done anything about that because they're not listening to the player base. So again, I understand, and it's valid for you to feel that way, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think they're just not listening and just doing what they want to do. I think it just takes time to really make the things that we want in a way that's satisfying for us, if that makes sense. Have they scheduled a live stream this month? No, they haven't. But if I am more than sure it's going to be on the 30th. So again, we'll probably get the announcement of it on the 23rd, because usually they give us a week. They usually give us a week. So usually on Friday they'll announce oh, the live stream is going to be on the 30th of blah, blah, blah. So we won't probably get that announcement till the 23rd. a game is not 98% PvE. I was in 2 guild wars in one day, then another in the next. Well, I mean, again, I think there is PvP, and I understand the sentiment there, right? Because it does feel very PvE in general, because a lot of the PvP loops are definitely broken. But they just need time. And I think time is something that a lot of players don't want to give them, because they're just impatient and they want the shit fixed now, which I do too. I want shit fixed now. I want my fucking professions. I want to actually try hunting and not fucking petting animals, and not having to have the entire medium gear crafting loop be fucking dog shit. And it has been, because guess what? We have a placeholder hunting system, and that's just garbage, you know? Settlement wars are broken. The servers can handle 20v20. That's what I mean, right? There's a lot of stuff that's broken. Like I mentioned, the hunting system is completely broken. People literally can't craft medium gear. Like, that's why people are crafting like either heavy or light. So there's just so much stuff that's just completely broken. I don't touch PvP in its current iteration. The system's just flawed in so many ways. Probably unpopular opinion, but I love queuable warfront / battleground modes with these classes and skill sets. And I think, again, like, having more stuff of PvP, I completely agree with you. Like, we do need more. We need more meaning. In my opinion, we need more meaningful PvP systems, more things that people like. I feel like a guild war is just something arbitrary. You just do a guild war to do it. There's no reason to, other than just to engage the PvP system. But I want systems to feel like there's an actual reason to do it. And that's what I feel like a lot of Ashes of Creation lacks right now, is the actual reason. PvP systems are not like battlegrounds. They are meant to be social and organic. I love arenas, etc. I actually think they would sell this game much easier with instanced arenas, but we don't have them. Doesn't mean we won't have them ever. It's just they still have not put their instancing technology in yet. Ooh, speaking, I don't know if that's going to be in 0.19, but we need the instancing system, which is like dungeons, potentially battlegrounds, and settlement housing, which is apartments. So yeah, like, instancing system would actually be pretty huge, because that technology will have if we get freeholds, we'll have the settlement freeholds that are the static settlement freeholds, plus the instancing of apartments. And that alone could be really good to start putting in, like, maybe some dungeons or even some arenas like that. That'll be really, really good. Darth, thank you so much for the Prime, brother. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. Let me see, since I am a PvP player and you're a PvE player, if you want to take my PvP ideas and combine them with your PvE ideas, we could make something awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point, right? I mean, that's, to me, the whole blend of PvX. Like, and this is why, like, I want naturally occurring battlegrounds, like, in the world with differing objectives, right? There could be like a capture the flag, king of the hill, oddball, potentially like, just different PvE objectives that are baked into the PvP ones, right? So you're having to do both PvE and PvP things simultaneously in certain PvP world events. Like, I'm all down for shit like that. I think that stuff's fucking cool. Yeah, when my city was going to war with another, the other city just said, "No, we can't make it." I LOL, because I didn't know you can just pull out of a war. Yeah, that's how it can work sometimes. True enough. But Steven said there was not plans for instance arenas, only world arenas. It wasn't that it wasn't in yet, but sounds like no plans. Well, the way he talked about arenas in the past have been instance, but there could be some way of making them feel like they're not instance, but they still are. I don't know what he meant by that, but I understand where you're talking from, because I remember Steven saying something like that. But I think we can get him if we're loud enough. I do. I mean, there's been things that Steven was very fixated on that he said, no, we're not going to do that. Wall of shame being one of them. He was very much against the idea of ever adding a wall of shame. And look where we are now. We have a wall of shame. So then you have to hope that all the game is funded. Game is funded already. Don't worry about it. Talk is real. And that money issues didn't push them to release when they weren't ready. Well, I think when it comes to the whole like money issues and I don't know why they went to Steam personally. Like I think I agree more with what Zybeck was saying to potentially have like either more investors or have like better interest for their bank loans. But ultimately, like they can't afford to rush Ashes of Creation out because look what happened right now. Like they rushed it to early access, and yes, it's mixed on Steam, which I think is probably the best score we could have gotten. But there's still a lot of fucking shit to work out. There's a lot of things that we need to do, and I don't know. I just think that there's so much stuff that is really broken, and the only way that we can really get that stuff repaired is with time. And I'm not talking just a year either. I think we need way more time to flesh out these things. And I am not, or I do not want them to rush because that'll ultimately be the destruction of Ashes of Creation. If they rush it, like I feel like Ashes is kind of over. Let me see. Things will settle down when the WoW players fuck off for a month, beat their game, and then come back. Yeah, that's true. I like I said, they'll play the new thing for, because I feel like WoW, even in its current iteration, their seasonal model allows for 1 month of gameplay and then you're kind of done. Like if you're playing WoW every day for a month, then you're going to be bored because then you're just on rinse and repeat raid logging from after that 1 month on. And I think that's sad, you know? So we definitely need something different. Even Reddit started yelling, started telling you who was been punished from your reports. I don't want them to rush, but like, I'm getting old, bro. Dude, aren't we all? Aren't we all? I want to see more materials from apprentice and journeyman gathered using recipes, alchemy, and scribing. Ignore those materials. Yeah, and again, it's because a lot of the professions are still, dude, we still are lacking thousands of material of recipes. They have been literally like, and Steven said this, that they had other people working on the economy because the economy team is so behind on what they have to deliver for just where we're at from levels 1 through 25 with all 21 professions. It's insane. So yeah, we need more magical gear. Dude, we need fucking leather working to work. And we can't have that work without the hunting system. Like there's so much shit that's just like beyond repair right now. It's crazy. So hold on real fast. Let me use the bathroom real fast and then we'll come back and then we'll get in game. 1 second. Let's get in. Let me open up Steam. Okay. Let me get my Discord on this monitor. All right. Get my chat back up. It's hard to tell where they are at to hope for a mixed rating on Steam. And that's a best case scenario is not how they should be thinking. No, that's how I was thinking, to be fair with you. I'm sure they were wanting to be a positive thing, but I don't think that was reality at all. I guess it bothers me that it just feels like it's about not having enough money after we were told a game is fully funded, just come back later if it's not your cup of tea. Then they rush out to get Steam in that state. Something is off, in my opinion. Yeah, I think something does feel off for sure. but I don't think going to Steam right now was the ultimate destruction that I once thought it was. I think it's fine. And I think now that the dust has been settled, I think if you don't want to play the game, you don't have to. Like if you purchase $50 to play it and you're not having a good time, then just come back later. Like again, I think to some people it annoys me that they try to put the responsibility of their purchase on Intrepid. Like it's no one forced you. No one, twisted your arm to buy this game. If you watched me and many other of the other content creators in this space, we all told you not to. Like I promoted to many people to say to wait, don't buy it. And I know a lot of other the content creators did the same thing. But if you chose to, and you're then trying to blame Intrepid, like I don't understand that logic. There has to be some self accountability there. Hot take: if they need to take the game offline every second week and give the team time to breathe and let the time together, dude. That's not a hot take, brother. I am 100% in agreement with you there. I think that would be fucking amazing. I think the 24/7 persistence is not as good as I thought. I think some people need to have the off time. 100%. Let me see. To be frank, the mixed rating is with all ratings. If you filter past 10 hours, then it goes to mostly positive. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Like it's all ratings, but I think the rational people do see that the bones of this game are very good. It's just the game needs fucking work, right? Like that's what it is. And there was people who thought Steven sold FOMO, that's the issue. Him selling packs that go away, like if you thought that's the issue, if that's the issue for you, okay, I understand that. I know some people don't like FOMO. I've never really I've never been a victim of FOMO. If I don't like something, I just I just pay it later, or I don't pay it at all, or whatever. Like I'm not a victim of FOMO. I understand that there's people who don't like the practice, but if you don't like FOMO, stop being scared, bro. Yeah, like like I said, it to me, it's just about the accountability. Like you're trying to place the blame of FOMO onto others when really, like if you had the fear of missing out, that was on you, not anyone else. But again, I understand that people just don't like the practice that companies do. But what MMO developing gaming company has not done FOMO? Every fucking company does it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like every fucking company does it. Let me see. Is this FOMO in the room with us? Who's FOMO? Which one of you guys is FOMO? You let me know. I'll beat him up right now. Oh my god. Let me see. If they started bringing servers down, I'd have to back charge the game because I bought it with the intent of 24/7 uptime. And again, I don't think they'll ever do that. Let me be very clear. I don't think they'll ever take the game on, like the game will go on a week, off a week, on a week, off a week. I don't think they'll ever do that. I would love them to, but I have to realize that is not something they would do, because they did advertise it as that. And I think they could potentially get in a lot of trouble if they did. I miss my arcade illegal tree farms. Oh my god. If someone bought the game thinking it would be 24/7 uptime in early access, their thinking is massively flawed. I mean, is it though? I mean, because they did say they would. Like Intrepid did say that they would, that it, alpha or phase 3 was going to be 24/7 persistent. Just take the realms down on rotation. They did, but they also set their intent. I mean, you're arguing with the wrong person. I would love that. Like, I would be all for that. Nuke the Resna server, but that's the best server. Nitpicky, yeah, I wasn't arguing with you. Just someone in channel said it. No, I know. Yeah. Nuke all by show. I mean, honestly, like I just think whenever we were having breaks, I feel like the players' minds were better because there was like actually like you were forced to take a break because the servers were offline. You know what I mean? That gives you time to reflect. That gives you time to do other shit. But I think there's just some people that are like terminally online in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like literally like terminally online. And I think some people just are they need some reinforcement to just take a break. Like nuke them all, one server, one economy. Oh my god, no. I don't want one server, one economy. I love the fact there are multiple servers. I guess like what I want is just fixes to almost every single system in this game. Like we need a bunch of fixes. You see, I love weekends only. I could degen for 2 to 3 days and then go back to be employed for the rest of the week. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. I gotta go back to Jova because I have shit that was cooking and I have fucking mail, which means I get gold. I wonder how much gold I can get now because I'm at like what, 19 gold right now. And the fact that we're still in fall, we're 3 days away from winter. Does it look like fucking fall to you right now? Does this environment look like fall environment? No, it fucking doesn't. I swear, like that's the one thing that bothers me about this game is that there's not even a fall season. The first couple of days, a nice late fall in New England. December is fall. December is not fall. December is winter. Let me see. Slash bug it. I know. Even one of the devs told me that. They said that the squares are a bug, but I don't. I think honestly too. Like I would rather have fall last until maybe like the last 2 days, and then the last 2 days you start seeing the transition into winter. Like I think that's what it is for me. Snow is falling thing in most places not named Texas. Yeah, true. We don't have winter in Texas unless you're up north like in Dallas, but that's probably it. December 1 through 20th is fall. Winter lasts from till March 20th. Well, technically, I mean, I'm talking like the traditional seasons, right? So you have like, you know, spring, summer, fall, and winter. So spring is technically January through, what is it? January through May, right? And then you have, or I don't even fucking know. Jesus Christ. Isn't it like every quarter, right? So quarter one, no. How the fuck did they do seasons in real life? Like, why is my brain like breaking right now? Like trying to fucking think. I'm in Austin. I'm in San Antonio, brother. Yeah, we really don't get a lot of winter here. Let me see. It's nice to see a lot of people from Texas play this game. Bro, we have a lot of people in Texas. I know a lot of content creators. I know a lot of just people in general that are from Texas that play Ashes. It's kind of awesome. Hell yeah, it's from a mega city. In Beaumont, dude, nice. They did seasons for farming. I know, and I'm trying to think like how, like what months are the seasons, and I can't. Nope. Spring is March 21st through June 20th. Summer is June 21st through September 20th. Fall is September 21st through December 20th. Winter is December 21st to March 20th. These dates are not 100% correct. I don't remember the exact dates. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. So maybe I am wrong. I guess like I just like when I envision fall, like I think of like, you know, the autumn colors, you know what I mean? Like in my mind, my first reaction isn't winter, you know, like in fall. So it's just like, I don't mind having like when it's like, again, right now, like it's 3 days until winter. And that's where I would love to start seeing the transition from the fall seasons to, you see like snowy patches on the floor, like you're prepping for winter. Like that's kind of how I wish it would work in the game. It just, I feel like fall in Ashes feels like winter. And then you have winter that also feels the same way. It's just like, it's like a double season in a weird way. March or spring is March 20th. Only reason I know is that this because it's my birthday. Oh, really? Nice. Well, happy early birthday. I am from New England, but I live in Sacramento now. We have no real seasons here. Yeah, honestly, in Texas, we have no real seasons either. Texas is completely and utterly bipolar when it comes to any kind of weather. We can sometimes experience all 4 seasons in a week, and sometimes we'll experience a single season for months. So it's, kind of like all over the place. Yeah, fuck cold weather, dude, 100%. I am a Texas boy through and through. I fucking hate cold weather. I would rather be hot than cold. That is 100% accurate. It was 34 yesterday and 75 today. And here in San Antonio, it's been like 60. Like it goes down sometimes to 50, like at night. But yeah, it's been pretty like starting to get kind of chilly over here. Wrong L take. Cold is better than hot. Brother, you're in the wrong chat now, because it is definitely not that. Oh yes, look at all that gold. Oh, 65 silver. Yes. 50 silver. 50 silver. 65. 50. Man, these Jova, man, I love the fact that these have been selling so well. Oh, 50. Oh man, this is so good. I sold my limestone for 5 gold. Let's go. Oh yes. I sold my freaking 5 epic limestones for 10 gold. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is the most gold I've ever had. 42 gold! Let's fucking go. Do you know of a spot you can solo farm food recipes or elixir recipes if you are 25 pretty geared? I don't know, brother. I'm sorry. I do not know. I am not a cook, and nor am I an alchemist. So I do not know of any of those. I don't know if anybody in the community knows where to grind those food recipes, but from what I know, recipes in general are quite random. I don't know if there's not really particularly a farming method with them. So I mean, maybe that's wrong too, but from the conversations I've had with people in the guild is that they're quite random, which is why you want like a group of people all doing stuff and funneling in your guild. So any kind of recipes you get, you just put them in the guild bank, and then that's how people start getting stuff farmed. I love that Jova is like the big city where people go to do market and business stuff. Oh yeah, me too. It's so good. I gotta go and see now like what because I gotta go and put more commodity scripts up in place now. Damn, I only I sold everything. Holy shit. Okay. So I sold my rubies, my Jova commodity scripts. Okay, so let me go. I'll purchase a whole thing of rare, a whole thing of heroic. Hell, I'll purchase a whole thing of epic too. I'll sell the epic ones for like I'll put them for like 90 silver or something. See if they sell. Let me see, where is that? Is that Riverland or Anvils? This is in the Riverlands. All right, so let me fill up some more rares. Fill up some epic, and then I'll get 3. So I've never sold epics. I'll do that. Just a nobody. Thank you so much for the sub, brother. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. I think someone subbed earlier too. I just didn't get to see who that was. But thank you for everybody who's like subbing onto the YouTube channel and enjoying the stream. Thank you so much. So let's come over here. Let me see. It was me. It wasn't. Wish they redistributed the city NPCs. Always seems like everyone is so crowded at the same spot. Doesn't really feel like a town. Yeah, I think honestly too, like they need more people. Like the fact that there's literally only one NPC that does this in each settlement is stupid to me. Like, why aren't there multiple market people? You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know where this guy is. Like, look at this. Okay. Like, it's crazy. All right, so search by item. Let's go Jova. Let's do rare. Oh, wow. So I'm the only one selling the rare, heroic, epic. Things are selling for 78, 79. Okay. So let's do this one. Post it at 50. Sorry, I know this is going to be a little boring. I'm just trying to do all this stuff now because this shit is important. You got to make money. And people are doing a lot of the crate shit, so... Intrepid is stupid. Vlad is 2026. Jeez. Okay. These 65. This is the same as being the guy selling shovels during the gold rush. Yeah. 100%. Gotta supply and demand, man. The demand is there. Gotta supply them. Let's see. But yeah, this is literally how I've been making money now because of sports fishing just being fucked. Like, I've tried, like, every time I get online to do sports fishing, I cannot find a fucking single hole, like in the Riverlands. And people say that it does work, like that they do go, and there are some. Every time I've tried, there's just nothing, like nowhere. It's just crazy. If you weren't a streamer, I'd bring you out to on my boat. Hey, well, send me a friend request and we can do that off stream. I wouldn't mind doing it off stream. Let me see. So the epic ones, we'll do these ones for 75. Let me see. I can't find a single hole. That's what she said. Let me see. Ashes of Alar. Did you get Ashes of Alar? Nice. Literally have 3 boats and suspect fishes all the time, but Vlad is stuck in the Riverlands. True. I am stuck in the Riverlands. All right, so let's fix this. I'll just put Jova commodity. Oh wait, I spelled that right. That's the only thing I'm selling right now. Let's see, I love your hat. Thank you, brother. I have been looking into reselling them on my drop shipping store. I did that. I was selling these hats actually, but I want to get a different drop shipping store and all this different shit, and get like I've been getting some hats to just test to see if I like the quality of them, and I have not received it yet, so I want to go and look at all that first before I start selling shit. I'm not invited to your group because I have a bad name. I'm a troll. I'm a mass murderer. Mules. All true, but words hurt. Jesus Christ. It needs like a flag or something on the sides. I don't know. Like, I think honestly, I wanted to add something ashes related, but I don't know if I get in trouble from Intrepid. That's the thing. I have to ask. Because I would love to. I wanted to put just the phoenixes. That's what I wanted to have on the sides, was just like the Phoenix of Ashes. So it says I can make MMOs great again, and it just has like a phoenix on there, or potentially having the phoenix in the back too. That'd be pretty cool. But I just don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, so let's go up to the top. So that's 20. Okay, so about okay. Common. Here we go. Here. Here. I need to make these into fucking something. I need to probably make them into some of them I need to make into scrolls, and others I need to make into just rubies for the blues. There we go. Is it worth turning? Oh, 100% it's turning rocks into sand. Wait, rocks into sand or sand? Like, let me see what you mean. Because I break down the rocks into the other materials. So, and honestly, I haven't been doing this with uncommon. So like when I get ooh, nice. When I get uncommon granite, let's say as an example, which is like here, I never really transform this into, so when I crush granite, right, and I can get copper, zinc, tendonite, and coal, I should have been doing this with uncommon because, dude, uncommon zinc and copper is so fucking hard to find sometimes. Like I can find rare and even epic, but for some reason I can't find fucking uncommon. Like I can find a shit ton of common, but not uncommon. So yes, it's very lucrative, I believe, to like any time you have like uncommon basalt or uncommon granite, like save. I would probably not do a process until you have about 100 of them. So once you have about 100 of them, then I would definitely choose to break down into sand. You want my uncommon zinc and copper? How much you willing to sell them for? If you're giving them for free, then hell yeah, dude, give them to me. I'll make them into fucking copper and zinc ingots, or a zinc plating or whatever. I'll definitely do that. But yeah, that's kind of like what I've been doing right now. Dirt cheap. I usually vendor unless I see someone buying in bulk. Really, dude? Like, yeah, like how many do you have? Like, let me know. Like, again, like add me as a friend. If you add me as a friend, I'll fucking, I'll buy them from you for sure. Cause I use them because I'm a metal worker and I've been trying to make a lot of my own gear too. So, let me see. I mean, actually, I don't want to sell those. I'm going to sell these, 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 those. Greetings from Slovenia. That's probably Slovenia is not how you say that. Shelvin? Sholvin? Well, greetings from Texas, brother. Welcome, welcome. My name is Vladis. A shoal person. Okay. Sorry, dude. There was people literally from other countries like message me like all the time and be like, hey, like there's this guy who lives in Poland and he loves watching me and super cool dude. And I think for me as a streamer, I think I still kind of get a little shell shock sometimes, like when I am when I am no, I don't need comment or I need S. Ooh, brother. What do you want for it? I'll give you like 10 silver for it. Sweet. Let me see. Recon the guild names. I knew it will show immediately. Oh, really? Yeah, dude. I love Shoal, dude. Shao Kahn, dude. Thank you so much for that, man. That's awesome. I really appreciate that because I can definitely use these because I definitely have been storing them. I need to start storing my basalt and my uncommon basalt, my uncommon granite, because I've been just vendoring those, and I think that was a very idiotic move, and I am not going to do that in the future. Not at all. So, and I probably should have fucking put the commons shit here. Probably move these. Should probably move these two. And then I should put that. Let me see. Was me during week 1 selling bulk of wolf carcasses, like, I don't know, one silver each, still credit on that. Oh my god, brother. Yeah. See, probably not. But who doesn't like a good flashbang on occasion? Oh my god. So what do I need to make these into scrolls? So let me see what I can do there, because I need to make some more uncommon, like, scrolls instead of just the common scrolls. I think I need to make them into powder. So I get my rough rubies and I make them into powder, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just find out real fast, because I haven't done scribing in a bit. I know it's up here. Okay. Scroll of adventuring. So it needs red ink. So I need to break down. Okay. Break them down into ruby powder and then make the ruby powder into red ink. Then I can start making these. Yeah, Kama was going for 75 silver in phase 3. Not sure what they are now. Yeah, prices have been kind of all over the fucking place, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I try to set my own prices, but sometimes, like, I'm wrong too, and it can definitely fuck me up. All right, so let's go into ruby powder. So how many do I have? I'm probably gonna have to do like 100. So 70. Yeah, let's do 100. 100 there. I need a glow root grind. Okay, let's do that. Make it into. Come on. Come on. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And there we go. 100. There we go. 45 minutes. That's fine. 45 minutes is fine. Let's go over here. Bro, I was in Jova yesterday, and I don't know what was happening, but there was like 2 flying mounts here, and everybody was just going like it was like, I don't know if it was my FPS, but I think it was like the server, because like my character looked fine, but like everything was just like beyond choppy. Oh, did I take my shit out yesterday? Maybe I did. Okay. Yeah, maybe I did. What server has the best PvP? Ooh. If you set the most PvP, that's one answer. If you set the best PvP, that is subjective. And you're also asking a PvEer, so I don't even know how good my answer is going to be to you. Maybe I'm biased, but yeah, I would say us or Verra probably. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a hard one to particularly nail. I would think the answer is Shoal. Both Lynn and the Resna are feeling like they're dying. Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if those are particularly good ones to do. Let me see. So let's let's make these into fragments. Oh, so I need smoldering ash. Oh, nope. 20, 40. And I still have my scroll buff. Okay. Oh, no. So how many is that? 89? There we go. And then how many is 62? So I need 30. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to just get all this shit done. Zinc fragments. Oh, 62. Right. Hold on. Just do 40. Fuck it. There we go. All right. So those are all done. I'll go put this up. And then I'm going to put these up because I need to get more. I want to do it to where they're both at 100 each. And then I'll do a big one of like 100 and 100. Yes, it has gone into PvP scraps for like 20 times with 10 plus different guilds at this point. Yeah, we've had our fair share of PvP on this server. That is for sure. For sure. I do like the feeling of like when I'm in town, because I feel like in WoW, I never felt that like town vibe. I always felt like I went into town to stand there. I don't know. it's like every time I go into town, I feel like I'm always doing shit. And in WoW, I never felt like I was really doing anything when I went into work. Like maybe I did like one thing, and then after that, I was just like standing around like some, you know. Is there a reason to leave town? Yeah, no, right? In some ways, it feels like there isn't. All right, so let's put zinc here, my copper here. Ooh, can I? Oh man, I probably can do my copper already. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yes. I'll wait till I get more of each. I want to do 100 and 100, but let me break these up. So let me get my tin, put some of that in there. The bag kept me in town. I ran some airlift and stayed. Yeah. Like I said, there's usually a lot of shit to do. So I'll just put my rubies there for now. And then I'll go and I'll break these up. Actually, no, I'll keep them here until I get them higher. I gotta put, wait, right here. I'll put these here. Sell these. Yeah, I need to use these, man. I keep buying more and I just don't fucking use them. Yeah, I gotta, okay, so now that I have that, how much is a good mining shirt? Because I need to get, if you get the tin, I need to make largemouth bass. Largemouth bass and salmon. I can just buy those real fast. 1 second. Come on, dude. This is so dumb. Salmon, common. 60 silver. Holy shit. There we go, 98. I was like, what the fuck? That's still a lot. Like 98 copper for one? 20 like what the fuck are these prices? 80? 40? That's better. Check your in-game PMs, boss. Um, Ah, um, you're talking like, are you talking about the mining shirt? Oh, you make shirts. Okay. Hmm. Let me, like, who makes shirts? Is it tailoring? Head into NA if you want to hold a price check. Okay. Yeah, let me know. Tailor. Okay, let me look right now. So crafting, tailoring, mining. Oh, is it a miner? Here we go. Okay. Okay, that's spoils. Ooh. I feel like that's gonna be how much for like a rare? Just curious. Um Honestly, I think quality is shit. I would rather have spoils personally. Um Spoils to me is the better play than quality. Um Yours spoils two persons I bet. Yeah, I don't I think the whole play of quality is just not it personally. I think it needs a lot more. But linen prepared yardage in emerald powder. Press and PM. I can straight do a green for 2 gold. Blue's gonna run you 5 gold. I'll do the green for 2. I mean, I have here like I can't make emerald powder, but I can also trade you some emeralds. I have green emerald, or I actually have rare emeralds. Um, well, I have a legendary emerald. Yeah, I got uncommon emeralds. Yeah, hitting a spoils proc on an epic or legendary. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I would rather just have more spoils personally. Like, I think the whole, especially for a gatherer, I think the whole quality thing is not, it's just not tuned right. So, swap 4 green rough reviews for the shirt, no cash. Sound good? Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll give you all of them for the uncommon thing. Hell yeah. I'll even give you a whole stack of the common ones if you want. Like that seems fine to me. They're just sitting here. So you see I saved Lattice when Poppy gets her tailoring pants. I'm going to give her food and elixir buff and she can make me a mid epic lumberjacking shirt. Nice. Well, that's the thing though, is like all the operations are all done in anvils, and I don't go there. Um, Not just the 4 greens and whatever. I'll bring it to you in a bit. Okay, man. Dude, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's fucking huge. Because right now, like, I just have this shirt. Like, what about skivvies? Like, do people make skivvies right now too? Even a belt. I would rather just have a mining belt too. The belt is leatherworking. I wonder how much a belt is. Like, I don't even give a shit if it's like uncommon either. Like, let me see. What is it called? Like, um, mining belts? Is that, no, that's probably not it. Um, what is it? A tool belt? Miner tool belt? Uh, I wonder if anybody's in chat just like asking to, because I see that people are selling tool belts. Oh, a rare one for 10 gold. Um, yeah, they're selling the journeyman fisherman belt for 10 gold. I don't see anybody selling a mining one. Oh, someone's selling pants. Oh, God, this guy's selling rare minor skivvies for 30 gold. That is crazy. And it spoils too. 10 gold is fair for the belt. To be honest, boss, that's cheap. Um, I just haven't found someone selling a mining belt for 10 gold. Let me just put tool belt. Ooh, right here. Ah, so it's basically, it's 10 gold. So this is a good deal then if I get the journeyman miner's tool belt for 10 gold. Let me just see if I can find it cheaper. There's someone selling for 950. I mean, ooh, 450. I'd rather buy the uncommon because it's quality. It's mining quality, and I really don't give a shit too much about the quality, but it's a decent price with rare. Let me see if I can find another uncommon mining tool belt. Still 450. I think that's what's probably going to be the price. Maybe I should look for skivvies next. Because I wouldn't mind buying one for 450. There's 480. $490. Damn, 10 gold for a common? I ain't gonna sell that one. Where was the... Yeah, 450. Fuck it, I'll buy it. I mean, I have the gold. I'm gonna use it. There we go. So then I need minor skivvies. All right. Look, I'm gonna be real. I got a heroic void pick. 3 heroic mining bags. heroic belt, and an uncommon slag shirt, and I don't feel any more lucky. Let me see, finishing the yardage for my shirt, and I'll be on my way to Jova. Yeah, man, just let me know. Like, I'll be streaming for a little bit. I'm probably just gonna go outside of Jova and just mine rocks. So, actually, before I go and mine rocks, let me just check for skivvies. Okay, let's see. So here we go. So 30 gold for these ones for rare. And I know because if these are leather working, then these are going to fucking cost because leather working. That's the apprentice one. Oh, this is for metalworking. Interesting. See, I had over 800 quality earlier with food buff and did not see any difference in higher quality drops. Exactly. That's why I don't like quality. Quality right now is not balanced for the current system. It's balanced for the old system. And to me, there's no reason to go after quality personally. It's more so for me spoils. Like, I want spoils. Like, I wouldn't mind going for quality. But I think spoils is where it's at personally. Let me see. Oh my god. So he's selling this one for why? So why aren't people selling uncommon versions of this? Like, why is everything always rare? Is rare the lowest quality that a person can make or something? Or is it like, I'm just curious as to why like I see only like rare. Those pants are 40 wolf hides and 3 bluebells. Oof, yeah, it's the fucking 40 wolf hides is like what it is. Oh god. Yeah, maybe I should just wait for the fucking I'll wait for it. It's not a big deal. 30 gold, man. That's a shit ton. That would literally be all my gold if I did that. Leather workers 110 or 1100 plus if they start at carcasses will always proc with those blues. With those as blues. Oh, okay. So that's why. 40 hides, 1% drop rate. Yeah, it's a lot. It's so dumb. I got to a level 11. I thought my rogue in my game is just pushing me away with all that farming and doing mule runs just to actually be viable in game. Can't force myself to log back in. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if you're not enjoying yourself, man, I would just check out for a little bit, man. They still need to like put up their, you know, they haven't yet to put in like a patch to like fix like any of the issues that have been kind of going on right now. Oh yeah, I need to fucking buy the fish. Was someone selling them for like 40? Right here. And then what's the other one? Bluegill. Let me see. For some items, if you search full name, you see more results. Interesting. Yeah, the whole market thing is just messed up, dude. The whole UI is just clunky as hell. They need way more improvements on it. Bluegill 98 copper. That's a lot. 75 copper. Silver. I'm just too lazy to go and fucking farm. Like I hate AFK fishing. Like it's just, I'd rather just do something else. That's crazy. I did not know bluegill was this expensive. When did bluegill start getting this expensive? Largemouth bass. I don't have many hours in game to have another opinion at the moment. I'm coming from WoW/hardcore WoW community. Awesome, dude. I also came from the WoW community myself. I played WoW I still play WoW for like 20 years. Um, so yeah, this very much, you know, needs a lot of fucking work. And if you feel like I met some cool people because we just farm mobs for hours to end to leveling, but all basically what I figured out just need to turn into farm bot on days for days on end and hope for the best. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, no, it's like I said, right now there's not much you can do. Like the game, it's in an alpha state. There's still so many things that need way more iteration, way more content, a lot of bugs, a lot of things, a lot of gameplay loops. Like this is not meant to be a complete experience. So yeah, I mean it's totally valid. I always tell my people, like, if you dipped your toes and now you're facing walls or now you're facing certain things that you just don't want to do anymore, I always recommend for people just to step away, come back in a couple of months and see like what other major patches they put in that potentially could like have your gameplay loops change in a way that is more enticing for you to actually play. You know, I don't think that's wrong at all. This game is a scam after many years. There's still no release date. Uh, your name is Sky Citizen. Um, I hope you're not talking about Star Citizen because, and again, like, I don't know, like you're just saying something in my chat, but this game is definitely not a scam. And there's many games that still don't have a release date. Would you say that about Grand Theft Auto 5 or 6 that's still not out yet, that still doesn't have a release date? No, because the game's not a scam. It's just sometimes games take a lot of time to come out. 10 of these. All right, so these. What is this? The fucking tin? Yeah. And tin is always so fucking expensive, man. It's so crazy. But the PvP looks dope, not gonna lie. Just tone down that farming simulator, even in this alpha. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that they need to tune down, add in, flesh out. I mean, it's a lot. Now, me personally, I have a good time playing this game, but this game does need a lot more fucking work. You know, probably a couple more years. But I feel like right now, for what it is, I mean, it's good for what it is, but it's also not, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we're still waiting. The Tarkov is still in beta. What do you mean? It's going to be in beta for the next 35 years. Let me see. Can you explain relics? Still don't understand them, but I've seen a few messages of them spawning. So relics are basically something that you and every person in your settlement will benefit from. And these relics are kind of hidden throughout the world, and they're basically permanent buffs. So imagine like world buffs in vanilla WoW. This is a world buff, like a pseudo world buff for your settlement ZOI and for you being a citizen of the settlement. It could be things like that, could increase potential spoils. Wait, did they disable relics cheese? That's if it is disabled, then it's basically just a buff system. Certain relics provide certain buffs towards their citizens. That could be profession based, adventuring based, quest based, PvP based. That's basically what it is. So it's kind of just like a world buff system. Understand the point pockets, but I'm a solo player. I can play WoW for 20 hours a day if possible. But this, if I had a group of people to play with daily, but I play solo rough, we haven't seen any. They have been disabled. Yeah, probably because you have to work a caravan for it. And who has a caravan these days? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, kind of is what it is. Here, I think I'll just... So I'm not going to do these two. I might as well just turn them in. So, where is it? Take it off my mouth. There we go. It still has the entire server one spawns. We haven't seen any of those. Yeah, that is true. We have not seen any of those. Yeah, I play solo like every time that I play Ashes, but I play more the economic portion of the game. And if you're just not a fan of the economic portion, which in World of Warcraft, I was never a fan of the economic portion of WoW, it feels like Ashes doesn't really offer you anything. And I think also, too, when you talk about the gear grind, well, gear grind for what? Like, what are you planning on doing? Because I can tell you there's not really a lot waiting for you at endgame. So there's, you know, for a lot of new players, like, this is why I try to tell them to pace themselves and not go hard, because there just really isn't a lot waiting for you at the end. And I think it's mostly to experience what this game is. And once you understand what the game is, there's not really, I mean, a need for you to keep playing it. But I mean, there are things you can still do. There's still little maybe achievements or, you know, things you want to try, but you don't need to try them. And right now, by trying them, there's still a lot of those loops are incomplete and broken and very disjointed, that you could potentially experience them in a way better light if you just wait, you know, for a couple of more, you know, times or whatever. And let me go back in and sell this log and then put these fish in my bank. No city has it though, so not sure if it even works. I thought that the relics were working, but maybe not. Maybe not. Endless, just prepare yourself for WoW next expansion, give this game a time to cook, and then you try. Yeah, that's what I say. Like, if you're a WoW player, you know, play Burning Crusade, you know, classic Burning Crusade, play the new expansion of WoW, like Midnight or whatever. But Ashes still needs not just a couple more months to cook, but they potentially need like another year of like solid fucking updates to get, I would say, the average WoW player in a way that would provide almost the same kind of meaning for your classic adventures in Ashes. So it needs a lot more. They are in Verra. Marilith has one of them. Oh, okay. So it looks like maybe they are in game, but they're probably just way more rare than what they currently were before. Let's put that there for now. The shirt was a mining shirt. Yes, a miner shirt. Miner shirt, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, we're at another gold. Damn. Let's go. God, you know, the one thing that I really loved when they came back is that I didn't have to click on my fucking, you know, storage guy 19 times before it opened. Like, God, dude, that was so annoying during the holiday break. Like, just going to your storage and it just feeling like shit. Yeah, I'm actually leaving Jova right now, so I don't know where you are. War, but if you want to send me a party invite, I'm just going to be around the Jova perimeter, like basically mining, like basically all throughout Halls of Adjudication and probably outside of Halls of Adjudication. So just let me know. I mean, you're just watching my screen, so you can see where I am. I can't believe I've been streaming for 3 hours. It doesn't even feel like I've been streaming for 3 hours. Here you go. Oh, yeah, you said you didn't invite. Sorry. So yeah, after I make this trade, I probably will have to get off because I have to get some fucking sleep, and my wife goes to work tomorrow, and I have to take care of the kids, and I can't be Mr. Grumpy in the morning. So, oh shit. Sorry, I was just clicking off. Can you send me another one? I'm so sorry. There we go. Apologies. My rocks. I hit those rocks. And how much did you say? You said 4.5 gold? Or wait, you want me just to trade you the emeralds? DM me the deets to your streamer bot script thing before you go to sleep. I'll have a look. Even for the emeralds? Okay. Fucking awesome, man. Thank you, dude. I don't have a streamer.bot script. I can send you the link of Nutty's. Like, so I literally just have Nutty's integration, like in the thing. But there's really nothing in streamer.bot that I had to do. But I'll send you the link to Nutty's video, and that would show you like what I did. Sorry, I was paying attention. Found it. Yeah, it was a video I think 8 months ago. It's like one of his newest videos on like, you know, having your Twitch and YouTube chat integrated and stuff like that. So man, it's like I feel like I didn't really do anything in game, but I feel like I did a lot at the same time. Ash is just so weird. I agree. I just want to try out the game, and I can't say I didn't have fun, but it still needs some refining. Bro, it needs a lot of refining. It needs a shit ton of refining. But I'm glad you had fun with it, man. I'm really glad that a lot of the early access people that I've talked to have actually said they didn't regret buying it. You know? So that's been a good thing that I've heard. Crashed on my way back in. Okay, no problem, bro. Oh, you did the streamer bot action setup thing by yourself. I see. Yeah, I have to go through your setup. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Like I said, I want my shit to just be better. You know what I mean? But I think also too, I don't think Nutty is, or maybe his does, I don't know. But I don't know if his setup, because on mine, you can see both Twitch and YouTube chat on my thing, but I want it to where it shows up on my screen, but also in y'all's chats boxes too, if that makes any sense. or you can send the export file and we can work it out. The export file. Like, what do you mean? I made my bot do that. Well, and that's why I used Restream, because Restream rebroadcasted YouTube's chat to Twitch chat and vice versa. But I can't use Restream anymore because if I'm doing YouTube Shorts, like I can't use that. So, oh, House Unite. Isn't House Unite like not even needed, or like there's no use for it? So yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I've always felt a little if you want to message me on Discord, video games, and I can like send you, or I can do like a call with you and I can show you all my stuff. Yeah, like that way we can just kind of hammer it all out. Cause if I could figure this shit out, man, that'd be amazing. Because I don't know, the whole double, like, and I thought I did, but it was just like the double ping is like what I didn't understand. Like, why the fuck is this happening? And I was like, oh, it's because YouTube Shorts and YouTube, like, it's pinging to both of them, so it's making it 2 and not 1. But I don't know. It's just, it's a lot, man. Being a streamer is fucking terrible. It has its perks, but man, like the whole technology portion, I always feel like such an idiot with. I'm like, man, there's just so much shit that I have to like learn and have to figure out and have to make, you know, better and stuff like that. It's just wild. I know it all too well. Yeah, man, it's a tough gig, man. But I feel like once you get it working, then it's good. You know what I mean? Like, and then I just don't want to fuck it up after it's good. Like, all right, it's good. I don't have to fucking anything. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, getting to that point sometimes is fucking tough. But yeah, I have some stuff planned to do some really cool giveaways and like cool little contests and stuff like that for my stream. And that's going to be through streamer.bot too. I have some really cool, like I have ideas of like little gambling games that I want to do, that chat can do. And I think if I do them right, I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I just have to have certain incentives and stuff like that placed in game and see what, you know, what I can do. I've been listening and using StreamerBot to make commands to control my game and make jump scare alerts and random stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot with StreamerBot. Like, I just want it more so for the messaging portion, but yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is, right? Can't believe it's hurting me fucking 11. Oh, it's got a powerful WebSocket API. Yeah, I mean, it's why everyone uses it. I mean, everybody, like I said, everybody that I know that's like a streamer, like uses streamer.bot. So, I mean, clearly it's like, it's good. I just don't know how to figure it out. I don't know how to work it. Yeah, I got my belt. Just need to get my skivvies, and then once I get my shirt. I only heard about it a few days ago. Yeah, Roar told me about it like a couple of weeks ago, or like, yeah, like I've only got streamer.bot, like I got it very recently. I've never heard about it until the Roar told me about it, and then I was like, because then he told me to watch Nutty's video, and then Nutty was talking about streamer.bot, and I was like, oh, okay, so I have to download this new thing and go active with that, and yada yada yada, and you know, it is what it is. Oh, look, there he is. It's almost by me. Is that Slate? Let's fucking go. Let's go. You ran from Maryland? Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I am definitely not near the Maryland area. But I appreciate that, man. Like, thank you. Yeah, man. I really do appreciate that, man. I'll see if I can hit you up whenever I'm thinking about making a better shirt and and seeing like what we can work out potentially for an epic. Cause I would really love like an epic shirt, you know. No, he won't. Maybe no, I won't. Oh, an epic? Yeah, I want an epic shirt and an epic pants. Like, but I you know, yeah, just let me know. Like, I have a bunch of shit. And whether you want like a trade or, you know, maybe a trade in some gold, you know, I am down for any of that shit. Here, I'll come down. It's 3 emeralds, 15 wood boards of any kind, 45 flax, and 3G. That's it. Rough emeralds, to be specific. Okay. All right. Wait, I thought you said it was going to be an uncommon shirt. It procced? Oh my god. Dude, that's awesome. Are you sure you don't want anything more? Just the uncommon stuff? Brother. Dude, that's awesome, dude. Thank you so much, man. That's huge. Yeah, man, like just if you want to hit me up on Discord, that way we can like work something out in the future. Cause yeah, I would love to get like an epic done of this personally. Cause like I mine a lot. Like I mine more than I lumberjack. So I want to make sure I get like the best stuff for mining. And I still got to get my better journeyman mining pick too. Oh shit. Yeah, general idea of how stupid skibbies can get. Yeah, it's because the fucking leatherworking, man. It's crazy. But I appreciate that, man. That's huge. This is gonna be huge. But now that I'm earning some really good gold, like I said, I think my first thing now, because now that I know how much the pants are, I probably need I want to work on getting my spoils mining, my mining pick for spoils. So like if I go here, so I want not that one. I think that one. No, this one. This is the one I want. I want the big proc and spoils and the small quality. And I can probably get, I can do the 10 fragments. I can do like rare. I can even probably do heroic. And then I can do the dried boards too. The boards is something I probably need. Probably need to get some, I don't know, oak or find something about that. But yeah, I got to make this one. This is the one I fucking need. But yeah. Well, guys, let me go ahead and say my goodbyes. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. It's been a longer stream today than usual. I really appreciate everybody coming in, hitting that heart button on Twitch. If you want to follow me, link the Discord, boss. Yeah, if you just go here and do Discord, that's my Discord. It's very easy to find me on Discord. Like I said, I'm kind of everywhere. I'm on the Ashes Discord, official one, on my own Discord, whatever. But yeah, feel free to ping me. If you're watching on YouTube or YouTube Shorts, dude, thank you all so much for hitting the sub button. And, you know, like I said, if you want to watch me on, you know, play the game, talk about Ashes of Creation, I stream every single day for a couple of hours, talking about the game, answering questions, having a good dialogue and discussion with you guys. So, you know, hit that subscribe button if you want to do that and stay up to date with when I go live. Same thing on Twitch. And yeah, like I'll see you guys tomorrow on this new coming week. And hopefully we can get some fucking information or news or anything about the game, man. So let me see. Warholder, thank you so much for helping me out with this shirt, dude. Thank you, brother. Yeah, ban list. That's the other thing too. I forgot, Shao Kahn. The new updated ban list. That's gonna be interesting. So yeah, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys